In 2024, an almost 30% increase from the previous year, according to AAIM's figures. The Chicago Tribune reports AAIM is a Schaumburg-based citizen activist group founded in 1982 by victims of drunk driving. It has been conducting a statewide survey of Illinois police departments annually since 1990 to analyze the number of DUI arrests police make each year. The survey is funded by a grant from the Illinois Department of Transportation. This year, nearly 700 police agencies were surveyed, with 81% responding. The FDA has approved an updated version of the COVID-19 vaccine for the upcoming fall and winter season, but has limited access to them. The new and improved vaccine by Pfizer will more closely match the strains circulating the country, targeting a sublineage of the disease known as LP81. However, the new vaccine is only approved for use in adults ages 65 and older, and for those between ages 5 and 64 with at least one underlying condition that puts them at high risk for severe COVID, like asthma or obesity. Healthy children and young adults will have to consult with a health care provider to be able to receive the new vaccine. This marks a major shift away from previous guidance, which recommended annual shots for all Americans older than 6 months. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Kohl's Labor Day sale is here. Sure, it's hard to admit summer's ending, but with $10 off $25 spent at Kohl's, you can stop living in denial and start living in cute cardigans. Yep, we're back to wearing layers. So welcome fall with savings on jeans, tees, candles, and comfy bedding. And earn Kohl's cash all weekend. Trust me, your future cozy self will thank you. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offer in September 1st. See store or Kohls.com for details.
From the pages of the Elgin newspapers of 100 years ago today, these are the headlines brought to you by the Elgin History Museum.
This is Alan Walters reporting the Elgin News from August 29th, 1925. Elgin pair is remarried at hospital. Past differences were forgotten by Mr. and Mrs. Harry Goodman when they were remarried at St. Joseph's Hospital, where Mrs. Goodman had been taken Tuesday, August 18th, critically ill. The service was read at the hospital by Reverend I.L. Schweitzer, pastor of First Evangelical Church. No guests were present at the wedding, owing to the critical illness of Mrs. Goodman, who has since improved considerably, although she's still quite ill. Dr. H.H. Pillinger is the attending physician. Mrs. Goodman was formerly Miss Alice Gartland. They have one daughter, Catherine, casually known as Billy. A new Ford makes its debut. Accompanied by a photograph, the Elgin Daily.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. This afternoon, mostly sunny with a high near 74, temperatures falling to around 72. Tonight, a slight chance of rain showers after 1 a.m., mostly cloudy with a low around 57. Tomorrow, partly sunny with a high near 75. Currently, it is 70 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time on a fancy water bottle with ultra titanium alloy metal. You're not sure why you need all that. I mean, it just holds water. But you're getting it anyway. Because if you're hiking near an active volcano and you accidentally drop the bottle into molten lava, your water will still be icy cold. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For water bottles, Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
My name is Ariel. I moved to the U.S. at 19. I spoke no English and I struggled finding job opportunities. Everything I have, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and getting my high school diploma at age 22.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when.
Don't find yourself saying,
I'll trust water bottles and a flashlight to save the day, but I'll be proved wrong.
With a tornado approaching, I'll realize that I like a wheelchair-accessible shelter.
When the floodwaters rise, I'll be up in the attic with 20 cans of beans. It's a recipe for disaster.
let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Dino's Night Out on WRMN. It's the talk of the town, so come on and listen now. It's Dino's Night Out on WRMN 1410. On WRMN, it's the talk of the town, so come on and listen now. It's Dino's Night Out on WRMN 1410.
Hello and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Dino's Night Out, right here Friday. I don't even know what is it, Friday the 29th, I think it is. But welcome, everybody. I'm glad you're joining us. We have a treat and a half. Another dear friend of mine for over 25, 30 years, Mr. Donnie DeMarco Sr., is going to be joining us in just a moment. But I am going to throw him on the camera. Donnie, say hi to everybody.
Hello there, out there in Radio Land.
There you go. But as everybody knows, we're going to start out the show with our slides. We always do the slides. Our show is brought to you by the Arcada Theater, Oshos.com. Our very good friend Ron Onesti supports and sponsors this show for us each and every week. So here's what he's got going on tonight over at the Arcada Theater at the 8 o'clock show. That's 105 East Main Street, by the way, in St. Charles. He's got Winger, Kip Winger. The boys are rockin' regulars at the Arcada. The show is just so good. The band's top singles includes 17, Headed for a Heartbreak, and Miles Away. They're just a few of the metal rock tunes that they're going to be playing, and they play them, each and every night. And then Close Enemies, which is by far enemies. They're really close friends, each with an Illusion musical career. Tom Hamilton, multiple Grammy winner, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame member, and bassist for the biggest selling American rock band of all time, and that would be Aerosmith. They're joined together, legendary drummer, which would also be there, Tony Brock, the Babies, and Rod Stewart, touring veterans, Peter Stroud, which is Sheryl Crow and Dan Henley, and Trace Foster on the guitar, and singer Chasen Hampton. So that's going to be the show tonight, and that's going to be at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock show over at the Arcada. Tomorrow, it's that ultimate Elvis experience. He had a couple times over there, different, maybe you want to call it competitions or sing-offs or whatever, but they had multiple different Elvis stylists over there. So the ultimate Elvis experience, 8 o'clock show on Saturday. And they're the most successful touring Elvis tribute show in the world. It's an amazing era by the era tribute to the king of rock and roll. And we all know that's Elvis Presley. Thank you very much. So starring Sean Clush and Cody Ray Slaughter, the youngest winner of the Elvis Presley Enterprises Ultimate Elvis Tribute Artist Contest. Cody Ray Slaughter will join, I hope I'm saying his name right, will join Sean Clush at the Ultimate Elvis Experience. Don't miss this dynamic combination. You're going to love it. Entertainers are just awesome. One but two of Graceland's Ultimate Elvis Tribute Artists on the same stage, celebrating the music, the magic, and the memory of the king of rock and roll, our guy Elvis. But in our studio today, this good-looking guy, again, a friend of mine for 25, 30 years. Every time I get these guys on and I look at him and I wonder, I mean, I don't know, are we that old, Donnie?
Not really.
I don't think we are, but I don't know. Maybe
It's only
we
a
are.
number.
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing. It's only a number. But nonetheless, we're here today, and Don's going to sing a few songs for us. He's going to tell a little bit about his history, and he plays a lot of different venues. He's played a lot of different venues. If you want to see where he's appearing, I'm going to give you his website right out the rip. It's Papu Donnie 1967 at iCloud.com. And Papu in the Greek way is Papu and then Donnie, Donny, 1967, and that would be at iCloud.com. So, Don, I'm glad you're here today. How's everything going?
Well, let me say it's a pleasure to be here with you, Dean. It's been a long time since I saw you.
Oh, my God, it sure has been.
I'm so happy you had me on the show.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen you a couple times since the wedding. Remember you played at my wedding?
Yeah.
God, that was 2010.
Yes, in your backyard.
In my backyard. Was that a great event? Oh,
yeah, buddy.
God. In fact, when I did the little clip that I played to let everybody know that we were going to be talking today, that was still out of the same house.
Was it?
Yeah, I'm still there.
Wow,
yeah,
great.
Going good.
God bless you, too, with your surgery you just had.
Oh, my God. My voice still isn't 100%, so I'm going to rely really on you doing most
fantastic.
of the talking. I'm trying to get there. But, yeah, thank you very much. It's been a way to go. But, you know, let's talk about you. This is what we want to talk about. You know, I think any one of the success stories, I think, circle around family. And your story really is no different. You know, you surround yourself with a lot of great talents and talents that, you know, I mentioned before, you know, Tony Spavone.
Oh,
I mean, what a pillar. Vince Amore, Tony Ocean, Vito Zotto. How about Josie Falbo? Huh?
I've actually was in the audience with her.
Yeah.
You know, I heard her sing. She's
She's
fantastic.
Eliana, she went solo by herself. Her father from the Italian organizations used to support her.
Yes.
Jack D'Amico, Oli Bolds, Terrell Carter with the mixed band. There's so many. James Costanza.
Oh, yeah.
And as a matter of fact,
I go
James,
back years with him.
Oh, yeah, do you? His uncle was Mr. Bongo.
Yes.
So what I'm going to be doing tonight is I'm going to be going to the Manhattan's Grill, and that's located in Carroll Stream. And if anybody wants to come on out and buy you a drink, Manhattan's Grill is 300 Schmally Road in Carroll Stream. He'll be playing with Charles and Company. So I'm really looking forward to seeing him. He's a great guy.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, James is a real good guy. But Jack was his...
fantastic.
Oh, his uncle was just amazing.
Fantastic.
We had a great interview with him. But where's my screen? Let me switch that over. Those of you that wants to see where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
That, again, that's over at the Carroll Stream, and that's the Manhattan's Grill. So, okay, let's go back to the family. Family is everything, as we well know. And your family, they're all entertainers.
Well,
basically.
We started out as a lot of us started out with music. My dad, from a young man, became a musician. And like I say, his mom came here from Europe, from Austria-Hungary, back in the day, and got off the boat at Ellis Island, you know. And what happened was they sort of branched out. She had a lot of children. She had a lot of boys. And she had like 3 or 4 girls, so, you know, my aunts. And a lot of them turned to music.
Yeah.
So my dad actually wanted us to play music. Actually, funny story, we had a piano in the house, and it was one of those small spinet pianos, and my brother, Max, my older brother, rest his soul, he was supposed to be the piano player. And I was going to go on guitar. And when everybody was out of the house, I'd go by the piano and sit down and tingle around with the piano.
Yeah. You had the flavor for it.
So what happened was, long story short, I just wound up liking piano. My dad tried to send me for lessons, and that didn't work too good because it was kind of boring for me.
Yeah.
But I realized how important it was to study music and to be able to read music. But he took me because he played with symphony orchestras on the bass fiddle.
The stand-up bass, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So he actually took me to a conductor friend of his. It was a lady. And we went into her house. And she told me, she said, sit down by the piano and play something. And at this time, I was like 15 years old, you know. So I played, I think, either Fly Me to the Moon or, what do you call it, Shadow of Your Smile. I forget which one it was.
Okay.
She looked at my dad, and she says, Al, don't make him study. She says, it'll make him mechanical.
Yeah.
And my father realized then he's going to stop pushing me to go study.
Yeah.
So I learned everything by ear. I listen to a song and I study it, and that's how I learn.
But you have a basis of reading music, or no? You completely put that to the side.
I put it all to the side. I mean, I can read the top clef of the piano music, you know, C, D, E, F, G, like that. I'm lost when it comes to the bass part. So when I learned music, I taught myself by just my ear would hear the song, and sometimes I'd have to feed my brain the song.
Right.
And then as I was feeding it to my brain, I'd find myself like driving or doing something, and all of a sudden the song would come in my head. So when it would come in my head, I knew I was ready to lay it down.
You're putting the pieces together.
Yeah, to lay it down on the keyboard. So what I would do is back in the day, I would write out sheets of words, and right next to the word, I'd put the chord for the song.
So you know where to go with it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, and then here we come to modern technology, and we got things like iPad. So now this helps out because I go on my iPad, and I'll put in a karaoke song, and the words are all there. So I save it, and I put it in my iPad. So before I was stuck with hundreds of pages of music.
But your music, you're not talking regular sheet music. We're talking music that
my
you
own
did
handwritten words.
Right. How many? That's a gift. I mean, I can't imagine that there's that many people that play. And this is not a joke when I say Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder also played that way. He was well versed in Braille, so he clearly understood how to read and can read music through the Braille. But his beginning was all by ear, and he would reproduce it.
It's a gift.
Yeah, it certainly is.
But a weird thing happened to me. While I was doing this, I had this big case with all my word sheets in it, right? And I played at this place on Grand Avenue in Chicago. It was called La Scarola. Beautiful. Such a great place for food, and celebrities all go there. All the celebrities go there. Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, they all walk in there. So one day I was breaking down to go home. And while I was packing my car, I happened to leave my case with all my sheet work in there. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears.
Gone. Nobody ever turned it in for you?
Nobody.
Oh, my God. I mean, because how cool would that be? Because those papers go back many years. You're talking 15 years old.
A lot of years.
Wow.
So I was so disgusted. So I bought this iPad, and I'm not too computer savvy, but my granddaughter's always helped me out. So my granddaughter helped me and showed me how to put songs in my iPad. So now I don't know how many songs. I got about 2,000 songs in my iPad. And it helps. It really does.
Well, your first song, to your memory, when you're at this woman's house, or your father playing the symphony music and what have you. So I can imagine she must have had some kind of a house.
Oh,
yeah, right?
Beautiful house.
Okay.
Oak Park.
Okay, so they had,
it was
all
a
the
mansion.
entertaining.
It was like a mansion.
Sure it was. So why don't you play a little "Fly Me to the Moon" then? Is that the first song that you actually?
Yeah,
kind of,
I actually was.
Let's hear it. Let's play a little bit of that for us.
With the keyboard?
Yeah, please. You can sing a little bit, do whatever you want to do, however you want to.
I'll give you a little tempo too.
Go ahead. I'll take it.
It went something like this.
Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. Fill my heart with song. Let me play forevermore. You are all I want for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you. Just a little taste.
Yeah, that's pretty great. And that's your first song to your recollection.
Actually, believe it or not, though, when I did do that, when I let that lady hear me, I was not singing. I didn't sing till later on in the years when I was with a disco band.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Remember the name? I'm just curious. Who were you with?
The band that I played with various different things. I did trio things. I did duels.
You remember Sabana?
Yeah.
Sabana?
Yeah.
That was a big time. They were like a 9-piece.
Oh, yeah.
Big time Italian, yeah.
So anyway, back in, I think...
That was the first wedding, by the way.
Yeah.
My first marriage, my wife, 100% Italian, my first wife. And it had to be Sabana. Okay. And back then it was big bucks.
That was a great
my
group.
God. Yeah, they were something. Weren't they?
But what happened was I was not singing. I was playing sort of Ramsey Lewis jazz piano with trios,
Okay.
a lot. And I played a lot of rooms on Rush Street, on Wells and Rush Street. And, back in the day, Rush Street was happening. But what I did was somehow I wound up with this band and we called ourselves Street Talk. And we were a 5-piece band. And what happened was, during rehearsals, they stuck a mic in front of my face. And I said, I told them, I can't sing. I don't want to sing. They said, well, you're going to sing just ooh and ah. They said, ooh and ah. I said, well, I can ooh and ah. I said, but I don't want to sing. So they gave me the drummer too wanted to sing, and they put a mic by him, but when they heard him sing, they took
turned
the
his mic off.
They put the mic in the bass drum.
Yeah, there you go.
They said, you're not going to sing.
Yeah.
Anyway, somehow they gave me 3 or 4 songs to actually sing with words, and we were playing on stages where the rooms were packed with all disco, young chicks and all that stuff, dancing. I mean, so what happened was the people would come up to the stage and say, ask the leader of the band and say, can Donnie do that song again that he sang, you know?
Really?
And it would give me encouragement to sing.
Those that are watching on YouTube,
Yeah,
there's a piece, and that was from what?
That was the
19
band.
what? 19
That had to be
64?
No,
according to that page,
70s.
It says 1964 on the book.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It wasn't. I know it wasn't 60s. It was 77,
And that's
78.
Street Talk. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 77, 78.
Yeah, that's some time ago, huh?
Yeah, and so that's where when I first started singing, and then when I left that band, I still went into a trio thing where I was singing, and from then on, I kept doing the trio thing, and then even my wife, she would encourage me, Donnie, why don't you go do singles, you know, and I was sort of scared of doing singles. I didn't think I would do it. And somehow I got the courage to go and do singles. And ever since then, I went to work at like a place called, I did a trio at Kalo's. It was Kalo's Restaurant on Clark Street. I was there about, I want to say 6 years with a trio. Then when I left there, I went to a place called Gianotti's, Vic Gianotti's restaurant.
Vic's?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Now, which one? The second one on Lawrence?
I sort of worked
and
them all.
Cumberland? I bet you have. They originally started on Roosevelt.
Yeah, that one I didn't do.
Yeah.
But the one on Lawrence and Cumberland,
yes,
I started out there. But then what he was doing was giving me a month there and a month in Oak Brook because he had them both going at the same time.
Yeah.
So he was rotating me. But toward the end, before they knocked it down, I just stood there on Lawrence and Cumberland. Then they knocked that place down, and
it's a Walgreens now.
Now it's a Walgreens.
Lawrence and Cumberland.
Yeah.
Can you believe it?
And what do you call it? Well, they made him an offer he couldn't refuse. Then he opened up on River Road a Gianotti's.
Yeah, it was in that like business district.
Yeah,
kind of borderline Schiller Park.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It was Schiller
Yeah.
Park. And,
Junior Nitty's brother.
Yeah.
He used to be his doorman for him.
Oh yeah,
You know,
yeah.
host
Nick
brother.
Nitty.
Nick Nitty, that's it.
Yeah.
Nicky. Yeah.
God rest his soul.
I know, great guy, especially Junior.
He was a hell of a guy.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
That goes back
And
a
then-
long time.
When they knocked down the little restaurant, Vic's little restaurant on Lawrence and Cumberland, they opened up the restaurant called Biagio's.
Oh, that's where we used to sing all the time.
Yeah, I went to Biagio's. I wound up doing 12 years there.
Yeah.
As a single.
Yeah, and you did the best there as a single.
And would you believe it? I had people coming in from the woodworks to sing with me.
Yeah, everybody.
And
wanted to
I
do it.
wound up being a human karaoke.
Yeah, basically. You used to. What was
I
the
let
song?
everybody sing.
D. Martin, you'd let me sing. Ain't that a kick in the head?
Yeah.
And then what was the other one? You're nobody till somebody loves you. Okay, this is the bottom of the hour, Donnie. So you're going to hang out for us for just a little bit, right?
Of course, yes.
All right. Listen, having a great conversation, everybody, with Donnie DeMarco. For nothing else, it's a great reminiscent for myself. But Donnie has been around so long, and we got so many more stories to hit. And he's going to play some good music for us as well. But you've heard a little taste of his first song he ever did. He played it for us right here. So we're going to be back in just a little bit. WRMN 1410, Dino's Night Out with Donnie DeMarco Sr.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by VaxAssist.com. The FDA has approved an updated version of the COVID-19 vaccine for the upcoming fall and winter season, but has limited access to them. The new and improved vaccine by Pfizer will more closely match the strains circulating the country, targeting a sublineage of the disease known as LP81. However, the new vaccine is only approved for use in adults ages 65 and older, and for those between ages 5 and 64 with at least one underlying condition that puts them at high risk for severe COVID like asthma or obesity. Healthy children and young adults will have to consult with a health care provider to be able to receive the new vaccine. This marks a major shift away from previous guidance, which recommended annual shots for all Americans older than 6 months. A person died after losing control of a pickup truck that crashed just after 8 a.m. Tuesday at Silver Glen and Old Homestead Roads in St. Charles Township. Authorities have not released the identity of the driver, who was pronounced dead at the scene. The Kane County Sheriff's Office is investigating the crash. Authorities told the Daily Herald the truck was traveling east on Silver Glen when it left the road at a curve on Old Homestead. Witnesses told deputies the truck entered the curve at a high speed. The driver was the only person in the truck. The Aurora Police Department was again the top municipality for DUI arrests in the Alliance Against Intoxicated Motorists recently released annual survey. The department made 473 drunken driving arrests in 2024, an almost 30% increase from the previous year, according to AAIM's figures. The Chicago Tribune reports AAIM is a Schaumburg-based citizen activist group founded in 1982 by victims of drunk driving. It has been conducting a statewide survey of Illinois police departments annually since 1990 to analyze the number of DUI arrests police make each year. The survey is funded by a grant from the Illinois Department of Transportation. This year, nearly 700 police agencies were surveyed, with 81% responding. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
If your end of summer plans don't include a trip to Macy's, then you're missing out, because our Labor Day sale has huge savings to wrap up the season in style. Like dresses from Karl Lagerfeld and INC, 100 and under. Plus, just what you need for fall. Like Levi's for your whole crew, 30 to 40% off. It's also the best time to update your home with our lowest prices of the season on furniture, mattresses, and more. Hurry in. Macy's Labor Day sale is going on now. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Moms and dads, do you wish you could know where your kids' shoes are at all times? Now you can with Skechers' newest Apple AirTag compatible sneakers, Find My Skechers. There's a clever hidden AirTag compartment under the shoe's insole. It's sleek, secure, and your child can't feel or see it. Then you can check where your kids' shoes are on the Find My app. Plus, they're available for boys and girls. Get Find My Skechers at Skechers.com, a Skechers store near you, or wherever kids' shoes are sold. Apple AirTags sold separately.
Are you dreaming of a getaway? Want to leave the stress of daily life behind? Whether it's a relaxing cruise or an adventurous land escape, planning the perfect vacation doesn't have to be a hassle. At Cruises International, they specialize in vacation destinations, land and sea, making your dreams come true. Located at 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard in Hoffman Estates, Cruises International isn't just about booking travel. They're your personal concierge, trusted travel advisor, and advocate. Your preferences are unique, and they'll take the time to understand exactly what you're looking for. From personalized service to their global network of specialists, they ensure that your vacation is tailor-made just for you. It's time to plan the vacation of a lifetime. Call 800-255-7447. That's 800-255-7447 today, and speak to a cruise and vacation expert. Cruises International. It's time to set sail to your dream destination.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. This afternoon, partly sunny with scattered rain showers after 4 p.m. and a high near 73. Tonight, mostly cloudy with scattered rain showers and a low around 59. Tomorrow, partly sunny with isolated rain showers before 10 a.m. and a high near 72. Currently, it is 72 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Kohl's Labor Day sale is here. Sure, it's hard to admit summer's ending, but with $10 off $25 spent at Kohl's, you can stop living in denial and start living in cute cardigans. Yep, we're back to wearing layers. So welcome fall with savings on jeans, tees, candles, and comfy bedding. And earn Kohl's cash all weekend. Trust me, your future cozy self will thank you. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offer ends September 1st. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Dino's Night Out on WRMN. It's the talk of the town, so come on and listen now. It's Dino's Night Out on WRMN 1410.
Hey, and we are back to Dino's Night Out right here, Studio 14, WRMN 1410. We got a great guest in this studio today, Donnie DeMarco Sr. And we're going to be talking with Donnie in just a few short moments. I'm going to do a couple other different announcements so we don't get too far behind on a lot of things. We have a great event coming up, America's First Responders Fest. That is our third year doing it this year. It's Saturday, September the 20th, and it goes from 1 to 6 o'clock in downtown Hampshire. So anybody interested, maybe you want to be a sponsor, maybe you just want to come to the show, WRMN1410.com, and then you click AFRF Fest. It's right at the top on our website. You can't miss it. We got some great acts. We got Rick Lindy and the Wild Ones. We're going to have Mixed Company over there, and also Canyon Arrow Light, and that's with Tom and Joe. So it's really going to be good. We have the Classic Car Show from the Eagles organization, 1047. We're going to have a food truck out there or so. We have entertainment for the kids and some nice stage presentations. We're going to be showing tribute to all of our first responders. And you know what a first responder is, and those of you have it on there, and I'm showing you also now who it is we're going to be supporting. First responders goes deeper than just police and fire, deeper than just your EMS and your doctors, your nurses, because when there's a disaster, they all come running. But what we're trying to set up is a foundation that we can offer scholarships to young men and women that want to get in that field. But also, we sometimes forget about your public works, the guys that are moving them, branches out of the way. And when tornadoes come through, they get activated. Emergency services from different towns. Journalism. How about the journalists that are out there? You see some of the goofballs on the weather station. They're holding on to the pole, but I guess for effect, they want to make sure everybody can see. Yeah, it's really windy out here. But, I'll believe you if you're telling me the winds are 150 miles. I don't know that I need that visual, but that's okay. America First Responders, very near and dear to my heart, as I used to be a firefighter and police officer. So this is our way, and we are inviting each and every one of you first responders to please come out to our festival. We're not asking you for nothing at all. We are supporting some great organizations, the K-9 veterans that helps the support animals. We're also doing the Illinois peer support, team support rather, and that's for police and fire, and True Patriots Care. The mental health is very important today, and that's what the peer support groups are all about. True Patriots Care, Mr. Christofferson, he has been such a gentleman. And he is the one that lines the streets when a veteran passes away, or now he's doing first responders as well. So we're raising some funds for these folks. We're also trying to get our foundation going. But again, I am inviting each and every one of you, first responders, this party, this event, call it what you want to call it, it's for you. So please be our guest. We have a couple neat people that are going to be there. So I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to tell you who. In the weeks to come, I'll start tipping a little bit more. But let's go back to in studio over here and with our good friend, Donnie DeMarco. Donnie, we are back.
Yes.
There you are.
Mm-hmm.
And when we left off, we were talking about Giannotti's, which was a staple for years.
Many years.
How about the eight finger? The eight finger cavadillo. And Vic could cook.
My family loved that.
Yeah. Was he something in that kitchen or what?
Mm-hmm.
And then, we left off saying that you went to Biagio's. And that's when a lot of my time was spent with you, going over to Biagio's.
12 years there at Biagio's.
That was a long run. And that was just down the block. That was Lawrence and Harlem, right?
Yeah. By Harlem.
And before, there used to be a Super Rosa, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember. You know what? So many things change, and
yes,
my memory isn't quite as good maybe as it once was. But those were some great times. And like you said, with the innovations that you put to your keyboard, you were like a live karaoke system.
I was, yeah.
Before it was popular.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember Mickey, the State Farm Insurance guy. God love him, rest his soul.
God bless him, yes.
Vic Giannotti would get up and sing some good songs.
He was a ball.
He had a good voice and just funny.
Yeah.
And all, like I said, all of us. You'd let, even me, I couldn't carry a note in a paper bag. You'd make me sound good with your reverb and whatever you would add to it. But
Rosie Saviano loved singing with me.
Oh, yeah.
Skippy's mom, the mayor of Elmwood Park.
Yeah.
She loved singing. Oh, man.
Bar was always full, friendly. Nobody worried about DUIs. You knew when to stop. One or the other had to. I can't tell you, though, how many different times I drove Mickey home.
Oh.
But he was sent, right? He used to love the tip.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
I mean, he would make me drive him home sometimes.
Yeah. But he was smart enough to know I can't drive, and he would park his car.
But you know what? A sad thing happened, though. I hate to admit it, but there was times I would dodge him.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to take him home because I saw him fall once right near the desk in the Biagio's where you walk to make your reservation. And he skinned a point of the desk. But when he fell, the way he held his hands out, I went up to him. I picked him up. I said, you know what, Mickey? I said, you're a professional faller.
Yeah.
He knew how to block himself. Yeah. So what happened is, trying to make it short, toward the end, I would try to go out through the kitchen so he wouldn't ask me to drive him home. So I don't know if you remember Nicky Marino.
Yeah.
They used to call him Nicky the Head.
Yeah. Not too tall of a guy.
Yeah. So he drove him home. And used to have to ring his bell because he lived like in the condo, and his wife would buzz you in. Weird story. Nicky drove him home. Nicky's holding on to him, but Nicky hit the bell for his wife. Let go of him for a minute.
Boom.
He fell. He had 55 stitches in his head.
Oh my God.
So I said, thank God it wasn't me that night, because, I mean, I don't know what I would have done.
Yeah. He lived in a nice place over there. That was a nice area.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a nice, I remember all those those are some good times.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know what? Our audience loves when we have people come on and perform, such as yourself. Mm-hmm. You've got your setup here today. Mm-hmm. How about some of the songs from Biagio's? Give us a couple of different numbers that you remember, or anything you want to play. But anything you want.
Actually, this here song from that I would like to try in my iPad.
Okay.
I'll give it a go. It's a pretty song by Sinatra called "Here's to the Winners."
Let's do it.
Let's see.
To the winners, lift up the glasses. Here's to the battle still to be. Here's to the battle whatever it's for. To ask the best of ourselves and give much more. And here's to the hero, those who move mountains. Here's to the miracle they make us see. Here's to all brothers. Here's to all women. those who move mountains. Here's to the miracle they make us see. Here's to all brothers. Here's to all people. And here's to the winners. All of us can't be. Here's to the winners. All of us can be.
I'm going to be real honest with you. I don't know if I've ever heard that song before.
Really? Wow.
I got to be on, and I tell a lot of people, and they think like I'm a little nuts. I like Frank Sinatra. I always thought he was great.
Here's to the Winners, a beautiful song.
Oh, I don't know how I never heard that one.
Yeah.
I've never. But Dean Martin was always my guy.
Yeah.
I always thought Dean Martin was better than any of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Tony Bennett. I don't care who you want to put up against.
Yeah.
Dean Martin always came through because he was
Yeah.
like, he was natural. He was like him. You know, even when I heard story when and read in one book that when he did the Dean Martin variety show, not the Gold Digger ones, but the regular Dean Martin show, everybody else did rehearsals. All he did was said, "Okay, show me what you want me to do." Boom, everything was ad libbed.
Yeah.
He'd read off the cards, and
Right
they
off.
just had fun, and that's what made that show, I think, the success that it was.
I love that show.
Wasn't that great?
I really enjoyed it.
Man, you get a lot of different requests, I'm sure.
Yeah.
What song do you get requested the most from people, would you say?
Recently, in the past, when I was doing a lot of like stuff like Biagio's, there was a lot of requests. But I got so sick of doing How Do You Keep the Music Playing that it was like I didn't want to do the song no more. You know what I mean? The people nonstop were asking me for it. And that was one of the most requested songs that I could say people asked for. But so now I put that in the back of my book. You
Well,
know.
that's what's the guy? Billy Joel, Piano Man.
Yeah.
The song that made him. He dreads playing that song.
Yeah.
I mean, and I guess
that could happen. You get bored, with just singing the same words all the time and doing the same thing. But I do have a nice song by Billy Joel.
Let's hear it.
I do. I've got an arrangement on what do you call it? Just the Way You Are or something.
Okay. Love to hear
Want to hear it?
Yeah, please.
I gotta change my setting here. 1
All
second.
right, we got time.
I'm gonna do world. There you go. Ready?
Let's hit it.
Don't go changing to try to please me. You never let me down before. And I can't imagine you're too familiar. And I don't see you anymore. Would not leave you in times of trouble. We could have never come this far. I took the good times. I'll take the bad times. Take you just the way you are. A little part of that song.
That's absolutely wonderful. That had to have been the probably number one pick for weddings in that era. When Billy Joel came out with that, everybody had that song as their wedding song.
Yes.
Yeah, don't go changing on the, that's something. That's great. I like that one. Yeah, is that like a pretty favorite of yours to play?
It is. Yeah, I do like, I enjoy playing that.
Yeah.
Also, another song that people ask me when if I'm doing a wedding or something like that, they ask me for, what do you call it? The Way You Look Tonight.
Oh, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like to hear part of that?
Yeah, you don't have to play the whole song. Play a little piece of it. I think it's great. We'll hear more that way. Great selection.
This is it right here. It goes like this.
Someday, when I'm awfully low and my world is cold, I will feel the glow just thinking of you and the way you look tonight. You're lovely with your smile so warm and your cheeks so soft. There is nothing for me but to love you and the way you look tonight. With each word, your tenderness grows, tearing my fear apart. And that laugh that wrinkles your nose touches my foolish heart. So love me, never, 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 never change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you just the way you look, just the way you look, just the way you look tonight. Naturally, I cut it short.
That's okay. That was great. I think Tony Bennett actually sang that song better than anybody.
Oh,
My best friend's wedding.
Really?
I think that was played in there.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, and he did two versions of it on that track.
Yeah.
But boy, Tony Bennett could sing, couldn't he?
Oh, I loved him.
Oh, he was just another one.
Best.
He was natural. He was comfortable with himself. He was comfortable with the people that were around him. He sang with some big time stars. What was that? Amy Winehouse, I think.
Oh yeah. He was doing a lot of duets.
Yeah,
a lot of duets.
I mean, who would imagine, right? And I forget that other. Who's the one? She had the TV show and everything. I'm shutting. I can't think. Listen, anybody who wants to call in, Donnie DeMarco, you have a favorite song, maybe he'll play it for you. You never know. 847-931-1410. You can call in. It's 847-931-1410 right here at WRMN. Those of you that are tuned in to the YouTube Live, you're getting a heck of a show. This is a free show. Donnie plays at a lot of different places. I know you play at La Villa still in Chicago.
Yeah.
On Pulaski.
I do once a month there.
Oh, do you? Okay. And if you want to catch any of his shows, you want to see where Donnie's going to be appearing, I'm going to give you his little website. You go right to the, the Facebook page, Donnie DeMarco Sr. He'll come right up. Donnie,
Right.
DONNY, DeMarco, DEMARCO, and it's PAPU, Donnie, DONNY, 1967 at iCloud.com. And we're about 5 minutes to the top of the hour. Why don't you play us out with something, not the full song, any kind of a song that comes to mind, whatever you got next on your, something that you like. Everybody loves it.
I'm going to do something like an instrumental thing.
Okay.
I always liked this song. Actually, I really don't even know the title of this song. But it's like a nice melody.
And again, your music, everything you've learned, all by ear. Can you believe it? The way you're playing? I remember you closing Biagio's a lot of time with this as your final song. Hey, and thank you for coming to Biagio's today. Everybody, you've been listening to Donnie DeMarco. We're getting ready to hit our top of the hour break, so stay with us. When we come back, we're going to have more music, more discussion with Donnie DeMarco. Donnie DeMarco Sr. right here, WRMN 1410 on the AM channel and YouTube Live. We'll see you in just a little bit. Great job on that, Donnie.
Thanks.
Hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 3 o'clock.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by VaxAssist.com. The Aurora Police Department was again the top municipality for DUI arrests in the Alliance Against Intoxicated Motorists recently released annual survey. The department made 473 drunken driving arrests in 2024, an almost 30% increase from the previous year, according to AAIM's figures. The Chicago Tribune reports AAIM is a Schaumburg-based citizen activist group founded in 1982 to by victims of drunk driving. It has been conducting a statewide survey of Illinois police departments annually since 1990 to analyze the number of DUI arrests police make each year. The survey is funded by a grant from the Illinois Department of Transportation. This year, nearly 700 police agencies were surveyed, with 81% responding. The FDA has approved an updated version of the COVID-19 vaccine for the upcoming fall and winter season, but has limited access to them. The new and improved vaccine by Pfizer will more closely match the strains circulating the country, targeting a sublineage of the disease known as LP81. However, the new vaccine is only approved for use in adults ages 65 and older, and for those between ages 5 and 64 with at least one underlying condition that puts them at high risk for severe COVID, like asthma or obesity. Healthy children and young adults will have to consult with a health care provider to be able to receive the new vaccine. This marks a major shift away from previous guidance, which recommended annual shots for all Americans older than 6 months. A person died after losing control of a pickup truck that crashed just after 8 a.m. Tuesday at Silver Glen and Old Homestead Roads in St. Charles Township. Authorities have not released the identity of the driver, who was pronounced dead at the scene. The Kane County Sheriff's Office is investigating the crash. Authorities told the Daily Herald the truck was traveling east on Silver Glen when it left the road at a curve on Old Homestead. Witnesses told deputies the truck entered the curve at a high speed. The driver was the only person in the truck. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Kohl's Labor Day sale is here. Sure, it's hard to admit summer's ending, but with $10 off $25 spent at Kohl's, you can stop living in denial and start living in cute cardigans. Yep, we're back to wearing layers. So welcome fall with savings on jeans, tees, candles, and comfy bedding. And earn Kohl's cash all weekend. Trust me, your future cozy self will thank you. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offer in September 1st. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Hi, it's me, Flo, here to tell you that with the Progressive Home and Auto Bundle, you get 24/7 protection, so you're covered no matter where the day takes you.
Even I added too much water to the pizza dough day?
Yep.
How about getting a call from my daughter to pick her up at the airport because her boyfriend is unreliable day?
Especially that day.
What about finding out that one of my pipes suddenly burst in my basement day?
Progressive has every day covered 24/7 with the Home and Auto Bundle. Also, you have a lot of bad days.
Oh no, that was all the same day.
At least you're covered with Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by VaxAssist.com. The FDA has approved an updated version of the COVID-19 vaccine for the upcoming fall and winter season, but has limited access to them. The new and improved vaccine by Pfizer will more closely match the strains circulating the country, targeting a sublineage of the disease known as LP81. However, the new vaccine is only approved for use in adults ages 65 and older, and for those between ages 5 and 64 with at least one underlying condition that puts them at high risk for severe COVID, like asthma or obesity. Healthy children and young adults will have to consult with a health care provider to be able to receive the new vaccine. This marks a major shift away from previous guidance, which recommended annual shots for all Americans older than 6 months. A person died after losing control of a pickup truck that crashed just after 8 a.m. Tuesday at Silver Glen and Old Homestead Roads in St. Charles Township. Authorities have not released the identity of the driver, who was pronounced dead at the scene. The Kane County Sheriff's Office is investigating the crash. Authorities told the Daily Herald the truck was traveling east on Silver Glen when it left the road at a curve on Old.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. This afternoon, partly sunny with scattered rain showers after 4 p.m. and a high near 73. Tonight, mostly cloudy with scattered rain showers and a low around 59. Tomorrow, partly sunny with isolated rain showers before 10 a.m. and a high near 72. Currently, it is 72 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Kohl's Labor Day sale is here. Sure, it's hard to admit summer's ending, but with $10 off $25 spent at Kohl's, you can stop living in denial and start living in cute cardigans. Yep, we're back to wearing layers. So welcome fall with savings on jeans, tees, candles, and comfy bedding. And earn Kohl's cash all weekend. Trust me, your future cozy self will thank you. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offer in September 1st. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Ready to tackle your junk piles? Call the Junk Luggers. From old furniture to entire cleanouts, we do the heavy lifting. And here's the best part. We rehome and recycle as much as possible to keep it all out of landfills. Feel good about your cleanout the green way. Call 1-800-LUG-JUNK or visit junkluggers.com today for your eco-friendly, stress-free service.
What's the best way to get rid of a timeshare that you don't want? Call the Timeshare Exit Hotline. We're a group of attorneys that help customers legally exit their timeshares. It's an easy process. We guarantee results or you pay nothing. Exit your timeshare today. Call now.
800-890-5957. 800-890-5957. That's 800-890-5957.
Dino's Night Out on WRMN. It's the talk of the town, so come on and listen now. It's Dino's Night Out on WRMN.
And we are back. We're here live in the studio, WRMN 1410. Right here, Studio 14 on Douglas. I got a great, not only great friend, but a great entertainer. Donnie DeMarco Sr. is in the studio here with me. And this show and every show that we do 2 to 4, Dino's Night Out, is brought to you by the Arcada Theater. Our good friend Ron Onesti. That's Oshos.com. Located on Main Street in St. Charles. We talked about what he has playing for the weekend. He's got Winger along with Close Enemies. That's going to be tonight. Another good show. And then on Saturday, they got the Ultimate Elvis Experience. Good stuff. All good stuff. And but I don't want to waste a whole lot of time. I mean, not that it's wasted time talking about the stuff, of course. But, you know, this is the guy we got here. We got Donnie DeMarco. And I'm going to tell you, he looks the same. I know that I've gotten a lot older, but I don't think, Donnie, you have gotten a day older at all. Seriously.
Actually,
maybe the hair a little bit, but that's all.
Right back to you goes. You looked exactly the same. Like
I look
when
like
I first,
100 years old.
Like when I first met you. I swear.
You know, a lot of good things. You know, and again, between us, we've got a lot of years. Not only that we shared together, but that, you know, traditions. We talk about family.
Oh, yeah.
Family is very important.
Exactly.
You've got into the business. You talked about it. You know, with the keyboard, you're playing that piano, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're able to pick that up. And again, he plays this music, folks, by ear. He doesn't have notes. He doesn't have nothing. Yeah, he's got the accompaniment, but you still have to know what key to play. There's no little lit up buttons like you get at a play school thing you buy for your children.
That lights up.
Yeah, right? So this is talent. This is raw, gifted talent. And we're so glad you're here with us today. But, you know, circling back with some of the traditions and different things, you know, we were talking during the break, we're talking about, you know, so many of our friends are going. You know, they're passing away. There's not a whole lot left. Even another guy left out, Johnny Maggio, who plays at Ron Onesti's place all the time.
Yeah.
Johnny, what a great voice he has. And he almost has like an operatic voice because he carried like a note on and on, you know. I used to tease you sound like, you know, if I were king of the forest, you know.
Yeah.
And Johnny had a great voice, he still does. Great notes he can carry, and that's like you. I don't know how you tie that in with the music, and it's so beautiful. But what we were talking about at the break was about, you know, everybody's passing, and some of the traditions at wakes and funerals. You know, they are supposed to be a time of, you know, celebration of the person's life. I mean, sure, we're all sad, we're all mourning our loved one, but let's talk about the good and the things that have happened. And what were some of the things that your family did, Donnie, you know, through the years? If someone passed away, and you know, how was it back then? Because you're a little bit more, you got a little bit more European styling.
Yes.
I guess I'll say it.
Hungarian type.
Greek, Hungarian background, sure.
Well, actually, it's Hungarian and Slovak.
Oh, okay.
But to be honest with you, there's two things that traditions that we always had in our family, and that was weddings and actually wakes and funerals, you know. But like, for instance, our weddings, when the bride would be in the house getting dressed, we had musicians outside playing violins, guitars, bass, upright bass.
Keeping her calm and relaxed.
And then when she would walk out, they would play traditional Hungarian music for her, and it was fantastic until she walked into the limo that was there. And then when they would go into the banquet hall, they had traditions, wedding songs that they would play. And what they would do is the bride would have a beautiful bride dress on. And as everybody would go around a circle with her with their money in the hands.
Yeah.
And they would pin money on her and take turns dancing, around while they're playing the traditional Hungarian song. And it was easy because they actually, one by one, they'd come and they'd pin money. They were pinning like $100 bills on her and whatever, and right to her veil and stuff.
To get a chance to dance, here's the clip.
They
boom.
dance, but they danced only for like a minute.
Sure.
And then they'd turn around, the next person would come up and do it,
Well, while you're describing this, can you just keyboard? We don't need no backup. What type of music? Give us an idea of some of the traditional music that would be played.
It would be more like... tempo like that.
So, like, I don't know, I'm catching it. I'm not Mr. Music. A little bit more classical then.
Yeah.
Right? Is that what that was?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that have
But then we would do like, say, getting back to the wakes and the funerals. Back in the day, we had, maybe 15, 20 violin players, maybe 4 bass players, upright bass.
Yeah.
Guitarist. And they would play, what I remember from my younger days when the wakes were held in the houses.
Yeah.
And we lived around North Avenue in Halsted. So we were close to a church called St. Michael's, right off of North Avenue in Cleveland, it was called.
Okay.
We were so close to the church that when they would put the casket on the limo, on the hearse, the guys would actually walk behind the hearse. It was like a parade. And when they would get to the church, they would play, taking the person off and taking them into the church and then out of the church. And
so there was always some type of a string music being played to give them their rest.
Also, while they had them in the house, while they were laid out in the house, they would also play in the house, for the person.
Sure.
But now coming back up to 2025, most of it's gone. Yeah. Now we have a wake. We're lucky if we got a few guys standing by the casket singing a song with an iPad, and that's what's happening now.
Yeah.
And then sometimes we most of our family are in Mount Carmel Cemetery.
Yeah.
So sometimes when we drive over there, 1 or 2 people will sing at the gravesite too. I mean, that was our tradition. We did it, and then naturally, like you said, it's a celebration of life.
It's exactly what it is. I guess it sort of assimilates what they do in New Orleans.
Right.
With that,
they do
starts out in a little somber song, and as it's getting more, it's got that upbeat hip hop going around Dixieland style, New Orleans style music, until they bring the person, of course, to their rest. And that's what it's supposed to be. It's a true celebration of what this loved one's gone through.
Yes.
And all the friends are there. So why not make it what it should be?
Exactly.
Sure, we mourn the loss. We mourn in private. Sure, you mourn in a group setting as well. But what better way to make the comfort? Maybe you're playing a string song that this guy or woman happened to like, was their favorite, and you would play that for them.
Yes.
And that's a heck of a tribute. Heck of a send-off.
There was a song that my mom, when she passed away, my dad requested for me to do. And if you'd like to hear that.
If it's not too emotional for you, we'd love to hear it.
Yeah, well, it is kind of emotional, but it's actually a Dean Martin song.
I love it already.
Goes like this.
Just say I love her. I love her from the start. And tell her that I'm yearning to say what's in my heart. Just say I need her as roses need the rain, and tell her without her my dreams are all in vain. That's a little bit of the song.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
My mic keeps hitting this other mic.
Yeah, you know what? I think it's the wire too, but that's okay. I'm trying to adjust it over here at the
That's
same
what it
time.
is. No, it's it's this here mic to the headset.
Yeah.
It's hitting this
Too
mic.
close. Okay. Yeah, that's beautiful, that song. I mean, the
That's
words.
a Dean Martin song.
Yeah, I know. The lyrics alone just, I mean, it just, I'm there. I mean,
Tell me
I
about
feel
it.
How long's your mom been passed?
She passed away in, I want to say, 73.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Your father? Still
My
around
father,
with you?
he passed. He lived to 91.
God bless him.
And he passed away around, I think, 2011.
Wow. You had him for a long time.
He got
My
married.
dad made
He got married
93.
3 times after that.
Oh, God bless him, huh? What the heck?
Yeah.
You can't be alone.
He didn't want to be
You
alone.
know what? My father did the same thing. My mom passed away. There were a few short months of making 50 years. And you never saw 2 more people more in love than my mom and dad. Jealous of it, because that's all I ever wanted, right? And so my mom passed away. She died young, 60-some years old she was. And so, he found another woman. It happened to be a friend of the family. So it's maybe a little bittersweet sometimes that way. But he had another good 20 years. Here he had almost 50, and then another 20 years with another woman. I can't get one right, And my dad was so lucky to have 2, but he was a dynamic individual. When you talk about the salt of the earth, of course, I'm sure you feel the same of your father. But my dad was really something.
He asked me once, my dad, when he was marrying some lady in Detroit, he says, we were still in Chicago, and he approached me and said, Donnie, I want you to be my best man. He was getting married in church. And we cried together, and I said, Dad, I can't do that. Yeah. I told him I can't do it. I said, but I'll tell you what I will do. I'll play a song for you in the church.
Right.
So I did that while they were walking down the aisle. And that was sad because he asked me from his heart if I could be his best man, and I said, no, I can't. I couldn't. I pictured my mom up in heaven saying,
right. You've
Why
got
would you
one
do
mom.
that to me?
You've got one mom, your father, I get it, but you just, exactly. That would be a tough one. I mean, it was one heck of an honor that he bestowed upon you to say, hey, Donnie, I want you to be my guy. But you were his best man.
When I
no
told him
matter
I'd
what.
sing for you, he said,
he understands.
No problem. I understand.
He understands.
But I've been married now 56 years.
56 years. God bless your heart.
And I still do it with the lights off.
There you go. That's the only way.
Just kidding.
That's okay.
No, me and the wife, we can't have sex anymore.
Why is that?
Because when we take our clothes off, we're laughing so hard.
That's where I'm at. So I'm with you. I totally understand. But,
No, just kidding.
Great things. And traditions will change. Traditions are always going to change. And it's sad that the younger people aren't picking up some of our older traditions.
I have this one saying that I say, which is, involving passing away. If I die, I'll kill myself.
Yeah, that's the way. That's the only way to do it. So let's bring the tempo up again. We don't want to bring people all the way down on us.
Okay, yeah.
Give us a good song. Anything you want? Anything Dean Martin?
Dean Martin?
Or whatever you feel. Whatever you got
All right.
queued up, I don't care.
Let's try this one.
I'm happy with everything you play.
You might like this one.
When the rhythm start to play, dance with me, make me sway. When we dance, you have a way with me. Stay with me, sway with me, like a flower bending in the breeze. Bend with me, sway with me. When we land, you have a way with me. Stay with me, sway with me. Other dancers may be on the floor, dear, but my eyes will see only you. Only you have that magic technique. When we sway, I grow weak. I can hear the sounds of violin long before it began. Make me thrill, only you know how. Sway me smooth, sway me now. Sway me now. Sway me now.
Oh, sway me, baby.
Sway away. That was a good night. You know who did it? Probably the only other one I appreciate singing that song is that Michael Bublé.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and what was the other guy before Bublé that was doing a lot of Frank Sinatra? Connick.
Harry Connick, yeah.
And he sings a good
seemed
numbers.
Like he just went out of the picture
Isn't
somewhere.
that something? Like poof, gone.
He was bringing back the standards.
Oh
Beautiful.
man, was he? And then Michael Bublé comes in, which was really good, and I think Michael Bublé does this a little bit faster, the Sway With Me song, but I tell you what, it's a good number.
Oh yeah, I like it.
It's a good one. But nothing like I said before. If you're going to play Dean Martin, every song is a good song.
Mm-hmm.
But that one I never heard you played earlier.
Yeah,
I
the
don't know
winners.
how. I never heard that.
Yeah.
And I got them all. I thought I had them all. I got a new one to add to it. Yeah, you've come a long way, with your music. I mean, you're playing trios, you're doing disco music. Is this what you like doing now? You like doing a little more intimate events and smaller stuff?
Well, I'll be honest with you, and I've said this to a lot of people, the agents and stuff like that. I really don't want to play heavy dance disco type music. I like an intimate setting, like in a dining room where people are eating, and maybe a little dance floor there if they feel like dancing,
Or an anniversary party, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about maybe for restaurants.
Oh, for the club. Okay, I got you.
Like in a club, I like the setting of a dining setting.
Yeah. Well, how many places, Don? That's another thing. Giannotti's did it. Biagio's did it. How many places today are having, where you have, remember, you'd have a trio or even a little single keyboardist, not minimizing what you do, but you had at least something in the place, and it was a bar there as well. It was a combination. Have a nice meal, and then you listen to a little music, have a little after dinner drink, and then you find your way home.
Yes.
There's not a lot of them that are doing that anymore.
No,
it's these sports bars. It's these.
That's the thing, and it seems like ever since the pandemic,
Oh, God.
It really hurt
Everyone's
us.
petrified to go out. Yeah,
It hurt us.
Had to hurt everybody in the
Because
industry.
now you got restaurants that close. Well, you have breakfast and lunch, and the restaurants are closing at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And then if you do have like a restaurant that's open at night, they're closing 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
I mean,
You used to have to beg to get a 2 o'clock license. Huh? Remember?
Yeah.
And then what was the place on Addison after Biagio? Sometimes we would go. Nick's. Remember Nick's?
Oh,
It
yeah.
was that Filipino band, but
Yeah.
man, could they bang out some music.
always great.
Weren't they good?
Yeah, always.
You wouldn't know. You know, it's the same thing. It's like Ozzy Osbourne. When you would hear Ozzy sing and Ozzy talk, it's like, is that the same guy?
Yeah, the Filipino
were
people, they did some. I remember a guy named John in Fantasy. He was here at the Moulin Rouge in Chicago. Then before you know it, he was in Vegas. And when I visited Vegas, I went in the room where he was working. He came off the stage, came right up to me and hugged me and said, "Hello, man." You know.
But that's the days. But
that was the disco
that's the
days
time.
too.
Yeah,
you
that's
know.
true. Things are a little different.
But like even at Biagio's, I was supposed to play till 11 o'clock p.m. There was times I wouldn't get out of there at 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah. We closed the place.
And it was like, I'm supposed to be here till 11 o'clock. And by the time they would fill my tip jar, I would say, okay, I'll stay. You know, I mean, it was like, it was worded to stay.
The quality of music, and I'm telling you, listening to you here, I'm looking for a drink. You know, I'm looking for. I back then I even drank the same thing, the Dewar's and soda.
Wow.
And I would sip nice and easy, and I always had the cars that had the keyless entry.
Yeah.
And that was my way of, if I couldn't remember the number to get into the car, I'd have somebody drive me home.
Yeah.
You know, because if you're that
means
far gone,
you're
forget it.
Yeah.
You kill somebody else on the road.
Today, thanks for Uber.
Oh, God, so simple.
Uh-huh.
I've got it on my phone. My car broke down just yesterday. I had to have the locksmith come out. The key, the tumbler, I guess, was dirty. But I was getting ready to call the Uber. Locksmith guy come out, cleaned out the ignition. Boom. I was up and running. But it's Uber anywhere, no matter where you are. I think you have a 3-minute wait. And it gives people a nice job opportunity.
I know a couple of my family members, like my son, my grandson, when they feel they're on a job and they feel they had a couple too many, they leave their car and they call Uber.
It's not worth it. I mean, what are you going to pay, $10,000 if you're lucky for an attorney?
God forbid, yeah.
And you got to get the attorney in that county because that's how it works. You know, if you bring somebody from out here at Kane County and you go into a Chicago court, no, it'd be like my cousin Vinny. You know,
exactly.
the Yankee coming to town. That's not going to work that way. It doesn't work at all.
I heard that.
But we're getting close to the bottom of the hour, and like I said, we hit a lot of things for us here today. And I know we're going to play a few more songs. There's our Fallout music.
There you go.
But I'm so happy you're here. Everybody's been listening to Donnie DeMarco, Sr., one of the pillars of the lounge acts that have been around forever. I listed all the other names before. Tony Ocean, another one. How many different times I'd go there. Again, Johnny Maggio, Vince Amore, Tony Spavone. You could still go to his restaurant in here. So don't go away, anybody. Keep listening. Got Donnie DeMarco right here in studio, WRMN 1410, and both live on the YouTube. Stay with us.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by VaxAssist.com. A person died after losing control of a pickup truck that crashed just after 8 a.m. Tuesday at Silver Glen and Old Homestead Roads in St. Charles Township. Authorities have not released the identity of the driver who was pronounced dead at the scene. The Kane County Sheriff's Office is investigating the crash. Authorities told the Daily Herald the truck was traveling east on Silver Glen when it left the road at a curve on Old Homestead. Witnesses told deputies the truck entered the curve at a high speed. The driver was the only person in the truck. The Aurora Police Department was again the top municipality for DUI arrests in the Alliance Against Intoxicated Motorists recently released annual survey. The department made 473 drunken driving arrests in 2024, an almost 30% increase from the previous year, according to AAIM's figures. The Chicago Tribune reports AAIM is a Schaumburg-based citizen activist group founded in 1982 by victims of drunk driving. It has been conducting a statewide survey of Illinois police departments annually since 1990 to analyze the number of DUI arrests police make each year. The survey is funded by a grant from the Illinois Department of Transportation. This year, nearly 700 police agencies were surveyed, with 81% responding. The FDA has approved an updated version of the COVID-19 vaccine for the upcoming fall and winter season, but has limited access to them. The new and improved vaccine by Pfizer will more closely match the strains circulating the country, targeting a sublineage of the disease known as LP81. However, the new vaccine is only approved for use in adults ages 65 and older, and for those between ages 5 and 64 with at least one underlying condition that puts them at high risk for severe COVID like asthma or obesity. Healthy children and young adults will have to consult with a health care provider to be able to receive the new vaccine. This marks a major shift away from previous guidance, which recommended annual shots for all Americans older than 6 months. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Kohl's Labor Day sale is here. Sure, it's hard to admit summer's ending, but with $10 off $25 spent at Kohl's, you can stop living in denial and start living in cute cardigans. Yep, we're back to wearing layers. So welcome fall with savings on jeans, tees, candles, and comfy bedding. And earn Kohl's cash all weekend. Trust me, your future cozy self will thank you. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offer in September 1st. See store or Kohls.com for details.
This is Larry Jones, and I'd like to talk to you about my bank, American Eagle Bank in South Elgin. Has your bank changed names in the last 10 years? Is your bank another faceless branch with headquarters in another city? Are you tired of earning next to nothing on your savings account or certificates of deposit, or does your personal banker treat you like a stranger? If you answered yes to any of those questions, then you're ready for a new banking experience, and American Eagle is the place for you. American Eagle is a locally owned independent bank that's rooted in the community, and American Eagle customers are greeted by name and treated with the respect that they deserve. American Eagle has an innovative program, Eagle Savings, that teaches your children to save while earning prizes and rewards. American Eagle offers great rates on certificates of deposit. My bank is located in South Elgin on Randall Road between the Target and Caputo's and is open Monday through Saturday. Give them a call at 847-742-7400, and a real person will answer the phone. American Eagle Bank, a place where you matter.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. This afternoon, partly sunny with scattered rain showers after 4 p.m. and a high near 73. Tonight, mostly cloudy with scattered rain showers and a low around 59. Tomorrow, partly sunny with isolated rain showers before 10 a.m. and a high near 72. Currently, it is 71 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
If you need to hire, you know it takes time. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. You simply pick a time and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day.
Try Zip Intro for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow.
are back. This is Dino. Dino's Night Out right here. 14 Douglas, Studio 14, WRMN 1410. And we're live on the YouTube as well. Have a great guest in the studio. Very dear friend. Very talented individual. Donnie DeMarco. So, Donnie, we're back on. That happened quick, didn't it?
That was nice.
Yeah. So I'm going to bring you back to 2010.
Oh, yeah.
2010. Do you remember a song that you played at my house?
Yes.
Do you think you can still play that a little?
I could try a little bit of it.
All right. Give it a little whirl, if you would, please.
Let's see.
And Jeannie says hello, by the way.
Oh, right back at her.
You got it.
Let's see.
Beyond the shadow of a doubt, as the mighty river flows, as the mellow gaily plays with the winds on summer day, about as deep can go. From the canyons through the sky, like a mother as she cares for the baby that she bears. Do I love you? Don't you know by now? Do I love you? Must I show you how? Do I love you? Do I have to say? Do I love you? Yes, in every way. About as sacred as a hymn and a Bible full of prayer. From a whisper to a roar, very much and even more. Let me say it with my eyes, and I'll share it with the night. And if in death the good Lord is kind, you'll be the last thing on my mind. Do I love you? Don't you know by now? Do I love you? Must I show you how? Do I love you? Do I have to say? Yes, in every way. Oh, do I love you? Do I love you? Do I love you? Do I love you? I cut it short.
That's okay. That was a great memories, great song, Donnie. Thank you very much. Mm-hmm. You know, there was your oohs. That's how you got your start, you said.
Yeah, with the ooh.
I thought you forgot the words for a while. Yeah, the oohs and the ahs. A lot of guys
love doing
do that.
Though.
Yeah, that was a great number. You sang
even today,
just as good. Yeah.
How about can we change the tempo a little bit?
Please
like
do.
A little like a disco thing.
Yeah, go ahead. You're the one that didn't want to play disco. I'll listen to anything you want to play, man.
Let me see.
You don't have a bad song that you could play.
Let's see. Let's do this here. Dance.
Donnie DeMarco, everybody, right here, live at 1410.
Talk about ooey and on.
good enough. I don't know what the heck she wants from me, boy. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Whoa. Some people work for fun, I just want to. You told me marriage was a give and take. You showed me you could take, got some giving to do. Now you tell me that you're having my baby. I'll tell you that I'm happy if you want me to. One step further and my back will break. If my best isn't good enough, how can it be good enough for two? Can't work harder than I do. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, pick things up a bit, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good number. Real good sound. Yeah, these sounds are great. Dan. You know, listen, anybody, you're looking to book them for an act. If you have a venue that you want to hear them, you have maybe even a personal party. I know it'd be great for that. You could get them on a website, which is PAPU Donny, DONNY, 1967 at iCloud.com, or just go to Donny DeMarco with an E, DEMARCO Senior on Facebook. You'll see all kinds of pictures. You're going to see the family members that we've talked about, his brothers that were in the show business, father was in the show business, and you said your sisters too, right? They did a little bit of music, or no? Nothing at all. Okay, I thought I heard you say that they were going in.
My one daughter used to do like singing with me when she was young, you know, but she let it go. My daughters are grandparents now. I got two daughters. Yeah. They're actually grandparents. They made me great grandparents. Yeah. And my son made me great grandparents. I have one son, two daughters.
I got 4 grandchildren right now too. Goes fast, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I have 9 grandchildren and 12 great grandchildren. As a matter of fact, one on the way. My son's daughter is now pregnant.
God bless. Congratulations early.
Yes.
Yeah. As long as they're healthy and safe, that's all you want.
Yeah, I love them. I love them with all my heart.
Oh, that's what we live for.
I just hope that they all have a good, safe school year after that hearing what happened in that Minneapolis. It's terrible.
Senseless.
Senseless is right.
I don't know. I guess he left some kind of a note, but who would shoot into a school of kids?
It was a church.
Children. It was a church, no less. Yeah. The church I get. There's so many different things, so many of these freaks out there that against this religion or that religion, but you want to hurt innocent children?
Today, it's scary. You're sending your kids out to school, but
it used to be a sanctuary.
Yeah, you're wondering.
You knew they were safe. Catholic
schools,
be okay? Public, everything was safe.
Yeah.
Now no more. You got police and grammar schools now.
I say prayers every day now with the new school year that my kids will be safe, my children, my grandchildren.
Yeah, two didn't go home to their families.
Yep.
2 little ones.
And I
5 and 7 or something.
I wonder whatever happened to it. There was like 17 that were injured. I hope they're okay.
Yeah. One was struggling pretty hard. We're waiting to get some more news on it. In fact, I think the principal had some roots to Elgin, and we're still trying to put the story together so we could properly report it. Mm-hmm. But this is what's going on in this country today, and you and I have seen so many different things. You know what was one other thing I wanted to bring up that I remember you telling me, and I don't know if I got the story right. You know, I know your father was a deputy sheriff at Cook County.
Yes, yeah.
So a process server type thing. And I thought your father and your brothers did something. They were asked to play for a president.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
which one was that? I don't remember.
My father.
But I remember you vaguely telling me.
My father was asked, and they agreed to bring him to when Nixon became president at his inauguration party.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And they performed for him.
Yeah.
Your father and your two brothers.
No, my father and his two brothers.
Oh, his two brothers. Okay. Sorry.
And also, he bring a gentleman from Detroit, Michigan. His name was Bill. He bring him in from Michigan to sing. Also, he was singing with them and playing guitar.
Is that amazing?
And he had a couple of violinists too from Detroit. That they were I forgot what venue they were at, but it was somewhere on the strip there in Washington that they were scheduled to play. They got all the openings from the what do you call it, the FBI and all that stuff to get in there and all that.
Sure,
stuff.
a lot of clearance.
Yeah, they had all the clearance.
But how would you get selected for such a thing? I mean,
my dad, aside from being into music, he was also played. He was very politically involved with like the aldermen and Mayor Daley and all
Cook
them.
County.
And
things were different.
Yeah, and my uncle also, his name was Al DeLacy. He had a lot to do with it too. He was also a sheriff, and he was booking a lot of acts too.
Nice.
Then I had an uncle that was his name was Tony Marconi. He used to book a lot of the Italian fests that were held by the what do you call it?
Olive Park?
Downtown.
Oh, okay.
No, the one Grant Park.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I mean, he would bring like Tony Bennett in and all big acts.
Wow.
He was booking a lot of it, and God bless him, he's still around. He just turned 95.
Oh my God.
Tony Marconi, yeah.
Tony Marconi.
And he was a violinist and played some of the biggest rooms in Chicago, Maxime's de Paris and rooms like that.
The Villa Venice was around back then?
Yeah.
I'm sure he was there.
Yeah. And there was a room called on Michigan Avenue where I started out playing, actually, as a kid. And they had the main orchestra, which was my uncle Al DeLacy's place, right? And he was in charge. There was horns and everything, and then they had like things they would do on the dance floor, where they would do with that stick when you go under the stick.
Oh yeah, limbo.
Yeah. And so they had this other little room. It was off the side, and it was all sand in the room, and it was like sand from the beach, and there was a little piano in there, and my one uncle Dave Lacey, he was playing upright bass with me. And at that time, like I said, I didn't sing. I knew about 3 songs. This is the funny part about it. So I would play like 3 songs. And I told him I was sort of shy. I didn't want to go to work.
Yeah.
And he said, "Don't worry, Don." He said, "We're going to take the 3 songs. We're going to play one. We're going to play each song in a different tempo."
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, a whole new setup.
So I'm like, we played one song in a jazz tempo, and we played another song in a rumba. We played we played another one in a cha-cha and a jazz. It was crazy, but I got through it.
Nobody knew the difference.
Nobody knew the difference. It was the same songs played 3 different styles, and it was funny.
Did you ever play with Costanza?
The name of that room was called the Blue Angel.
The Blue Angel.
Yeah, it was on Michigan Avenue.
I remember the back room and the Redhead bar.
Oh, yeah.
Those places were pretty hopping.
I think the Redhead is still around.
Is it?
Yeah, it's still around.
Yeah, that whole area changed.
Oh, yeah.
My God.
But there's still Gibson's.
Sweetwater. Well, that's Gibson's now.
Gibson's,
right?
yeah.
Used to
And
be Sweetwater.
What do you call it?
Tavern on Rush.
Tavern on Rush.
Yeah.
Funny story with the Gibsons. I was playing at a place called Billy's on Rush.
Okay.
And a bass player friend of mine, we called him Billy C. God rest his soul.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic bass player. He told me, "Donnie, down the street there's a place opening up, and it was Gibson's. He says, and the guy's looking for a piano player. He says, go there and talk to him. So I went over there and I talked to the guy. And the guy told me, sit down by the piano, play a little bit. So I played a little bit. And the guy said, he says, you got the job. He says, but I'll tell you, you could be here for a lifetime. This could be your home. So he said, but I have one stipulation. And I said, wow, what is that? He says, you can't bring no amplifiers. You cannot bring no microphone. So I says, well, so basically you want piano, just piano. He says, yeah. And I guess what he wanted was, it was a piano bar.
Remember those days where they had the chairs right at the big grand piano?
So they wanted,
Sure.
he wanted me to back up piano bar singing, like sing-along
Right.
type thing. And to be honest with you, that wasn't up my alley. I didn't want to do it. So I turned him on to a musician that came in from Detroit. He was same nationality as us. And I told the owner, I forget his name, the owner, he's still there at Gibson's. And I go, I got somebody that'll do exactly what you want them to do. And I turned him on to the job. He worked there for 28 years.
Wow.
Straight.
You gave that up.
And I gave it up, yeah.
That's not your style. It's not your style. You have to feel comfortable.
Yeah, I didn't want. I would have lost out on singing and everything.
Well, and the vocal cords got to go.
Yeah,
Would you strain them that without being amplified?
Yeah, that's what I told him. I said, if I sing out loud, it's going to hurt my throat.
And you're talking a grand piano. You're only, what are you talking? 12 feet.
Yeah.
But that's still, you're still having to project.
Yeah,
and you have to project over the piano.
And you never know what musicians are going to, what singers. Some of them, I hate to say it, but some of them, they could hurt your ear while they're singing,
You hope they play the piano a little louder. All right. Well, you know what? We're getting a little closer to the top of the hour. We got time for a song, and then we'll do our closeout song. What do you think?
Yeah.
What kind of song? Your favorite. Pick your favorite. Whatever you want to play.
Let's see. Let's try this here.
Everybody, this is a treat and a half to have Donnie DeMarco Sr. right here at WRMN. I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. This just brings back so much time. Whenever you're ready, my man. Bobby Darin.
Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me, my lover stands on golden sand and watches as they go sailing. Somewhere beyond the sea, she's there waiting for me. If I could fly, then straight to her arms I'd go sailing. It's far beyond the star, it's near beyond the moon. I know beyond a doubt my heart will meet me there soon. We'll meet beyond the shore, and we'll kiss just like before, and happy we will be beyond the sea, and never again we'll go sailing. No more sailing.
No more sailing. The ship has come in. That was a good number, Don. And that was a good hit. But the actual hit that made Bobby Darin was Mac the Knife, if you remember.
Yeah.
And Beyond the Sea was on the backside of Mac the Knife.
Was it?
Yeah. And I think that Beyond the Sea was a much better song.
I love it, Dan.
Yeah, I love that song. Yeah, this has been some tour. I mean, we have been through the family. We have been to all the different lounges. We have been, yesteryear.
Yes.
Back when we first met.
I heard that.
That's been some time.
I hope I could see you one of these days at one of my venues.
I'm going to show up.
So we could have some drinks together and.
Well, you got family.
And you could sing with me too.
Yeah, you know what? If you play that keyboard, I always will.
Yeah.
Because you know how to hide my voice.
Yeah.
But I've always had fun, Don. Always had a good time with you folks. Donnie DeMarco, just the king of the lounge singers. Used to call them lounge lizards. But you know what? These are guys that have kept this industry going, these type of songs, this type of music alive forever. We don't ever want to lose them. We're getting down to 4 minutes. You want to play your little, what you used to play on the way when it was over, end of the night?
Yeah. Let me see if I can get this.
I know you got a couple different medleys on it.
Oh, I didn't take my other setting out. There you go. There you go. I'll try to make it short. Oh, Donna, oh, Donna, oh, Donna, oh, Donna, what's your name? Is it Mary or Sue? What's your name? Do I stand a chance with you? It's no ordinary woman. What's your name? What's your name? You don't remember me, but I remember you. It was not too long ago. You broke my heart in two. Tears on my pillow, rain in my heart, caused by you.
Folks, we're at the top of the hour. We've been listening to Donnie DeMarco Sr. For those of you on the YouTube, we're going to let this keep playing out as our play out music. But Donnie's been in the industry so long and so good. So great to hear his voice again. And I'm glad you got to experience it well. Listen to WRMN 1410 live and on the YouTube live as well.
Good night, sweetheart. Well, it's time to go. Don't want to leave you, but I really must say, good night, sweetheart. Thank you very much.
Donnie, thank you very much. Great show.
Day?
Yep.
How about getting a call from my daughter to pick her up at the airport because her boyfriend is unreliable day?
Especially that day.
What about finding out that one of my pipes suddenly burst in my basement day?
Progressive has every day covered 24/7 with a home and auto bundle. Also, you have a lot of bad days.
Oh no, that was all the same day.
At least you're covered with Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
From the pages of the Elgin newspapers of 100 years ago today, these are the headlines brought to you by the Elgin History Museum.
This is Alan Walters reporting the Elgin News from August 29th, 1925. Elgin pair is remarried at hospital. Past differences were forgotten by Mr. and Mrs. Harry Goodman when they were remarried at St. Joseph's Hospital, where Mrs. Goodman had been taken Tuesday, August 18th, critically ill. The service was read at the hospital by Reverend I.L. Schweitzer, pastor of First Evangelical Church. No guests were present at the wedding, owing to the critical illness of Mrs. Goodman, who has since improved considerably, although she's still quite ill. Dr. H. Pillinger is the attending physician. Mrs. Goodman was formerly Miss Alice Gartland. They have one daughter, Catherine, casually known as Billy. A new Ford makes its debut. Accompanied by a photograph, the Elgin Daily.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. This afternoon, partly sunny with scattered rain showers after 4 p.m. and a high near 73. Tonight, mostly cloudy with scattered rain showers and a low around 59. Tomorrow, partly sunny with isolated rain showers before 10 a.m. and a high near 72. Currently, it is 71 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
If you need to hire, you know it takes time. Well, what if you could meet with qualified candidates the very next day? Now you can with Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. You simply pick a time and it does all the work of finding and scheduling qualified candidates for you. Then you choose who you want to talk to and meet with great people on back-to-back video calls as soon as the next day.
Try Zip Intro for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Zip Intro. Post jobs today. Talk to qualified candidates tomorrow.
Theriault Booth, a leading local law firm, is located on the beautiful Fox River in downtown St. Charles. Here's Ryan Theriault.
For better or worse, there are just times people need a lawyer. Whether you are involved in a work injury, in an automobile crash, selling a home, or even planning for your estate after your passing, we're here. We're local. We're part of the community.
For more information, visit them on the web at tbfirm.com or give them a call at 630-526-4242.
Start your weekend right with Dino's Night Out, Fridays from 2 to 4 p.m. on WRMN 1410 AM. Dino covers what's hot across the Fox Valley, from live shows to food fests and everything in between. Proudly sponsored by the legendary Arcada Theater at 105 East Main Street in St. Charles. Your home for unforgettable concerts, comedy, and more. Tune in on WRMN 1410 AM or stream at WRMN1410.com. Dino's Night Out, your guide to the weekend vibe.
And good day to our friends around the world. It is a political talk show here on WRMN. My name is Dennis Sonar Green. How about that fantastic Dino's Night Out? Donnie's video is going to be posted already on the YouTube. You can just rewind this stream right here and listen to it. Great crooning voice, wonderful tickling of the ivories, all brought to you by the Arcada Theater. Join Dino's Night Out every Friday. That's every Friday at 2 o'clock, 2 to 4. He kicks us off, setting the tone for, of course, this is it. It's Free Speech Friday. I've got my Free Speech Friday panel waiting, but we will be getting to them at the quarter hour. is when we'll get them in here. I've got a few people. Of course, I've got David T's staple over here for our Free Speech Friday. We've also got Jimmy Vaselli as well, who's going to be in here with us. And I've got a new voice here for the Free Speech Friday panel, and that's going to be Donald P. Puckett, local Republican active in the Kane County. In 2024, he actually ran for the GOP candidate for Illinois House District 43. He earned 36.1% of the vote. He's also involved at the grassroots level as a precinct committee person for Elgin's 29th precinct. Donald Puckett is going to be on with us for the Free Speech Friday panel. We're going to be asking him about the current state of the Republican Party here in Illinois. But before we get to that, we've got a few other things that we're just going to run down on the docket. First off, I don't want you to ever forget that the America's First Responders Fest is happening Saturday, September 20th, downtown Hampshire, 1 to 6 p.m., rain or shine. We've got lots of stage presentations, first responders recognition of people that have done amazing things for the first responders, whether that is a dispatch or canine units or some great first responder broadcasters that show up to every single event that's there. So stick around for more information as that comes around. Classic Car Show presented by Gilbert's Eagles Club, 1047. That's the one that's over there. Also, stick around on that stage. We've got Rick Lindy and the Wild Ones, mixed company band that's mixed with two X's, and Canyon Arrow Light featuring Tim and Joe. It is great to have you all here. One of the other things that we're going to be doing today as well, we cannot have a Free Speech Friday without a Free Speech Friday game. And in honor of the new executive order that has told us all that we will go to jail for a year if we ever think about burning a flag. I don't know. It's somewhere in there. In honor of that, we are going to play a game. Can you do that to the flag? And so we're going to figure out if it is legal to do that thing to the flag or if it is disrespectful to the flag code. So that's something that we are going to be playing as well. Some of the other games we've played here on the Free Speech Friday panel is we used to play Is It in the Constitution? We've also played a great game called was it a villain? A fictitious villain or a U.S. politician. We give out quotes that maybe shouldn't have been said by people in our own leadership, and we try to figure out if that is something that a fictitious villain said or somebody that we actually voted for out there. So that's another game we've played on Free Speech Friday. So stick around. We've got more apolitical talk show coming up. Again, we've got David Tease, we've got Don Puckett, and we've got Jimmy Vaselli all sitting here for our Free Speech Friday panel. Stick around, show up after this, and we'll have some fun.
Tune in to Big Top Sports
with Derek Geyer every weeknight from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m.
You'll have sports thoughts from the center ring of Chicagoland and to the outer rings from across the nation.
Weather from Chicago Cubs,
White Sox,
Bulls,
Bears,
Blackhawks,
Stars,
Fire,
Boomers, whatever the national story is of the day.
Geyer and his sports czar takes will either have you nodding in agreement,
yelling at the radio,
or in all honesty,
a bit of both.
With the way the Chicagoland sports and sports are in general, there's bound to be
thrills,
chills, and
oh my God moments. So get your snacks and libations ready,
because this is going to be a wild ride.
Big Top Sports with Derek Geyer's quirky and insightful Fanatics take
will make you feel a little
or a lot better about your Chicagoland sports viewing experiences.
Tune in to Big Top Sports with Derek Geyer every weeknight from 6 p.m.
to 8 p.m.
Clutter happens, but junk doesn't have to weigh you down. At the Junk Luggers, we're your full-service junk removal and hauling pros, tackling everything from single-item pickups to major cleanouts. We handle the heavy lifting, and with our commitment to the green way, we rehome and recycle to keep your unwanted items out of landfills. So, whether you're clearing out the garage, downsizing, or saying goodbye to old furniture, we make the process eco-friendly and easy. Call 1-800-LUG-JUNK or visit junkluggers.com today. Let's save your space and the planet together.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters. Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. My grandpa Lou is the reason why my dad and I started racing, and I'm really proud to follow in his tracks. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. I've learned a lot on this journey with my grandpa Lou, and the memories of my grandpa will always be with me. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Talking about Alzheimer's can be really tough. But if you notice something, have a conversation with your loved one. Encourage them to see a doctor or offer to go with them. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. The Alzheimer's Association provides care, support, and research to help you take control of the situation with your family and manage the disease together. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. Visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Back to a political talk show. My name is Dennis Sonar Green. You're listening to WRMN. A few different places to do that. You're probably listening on the 1410 AM dial over there. Those of you that are listening over there, just reach over just a little bit over to that dashboard that you've got. I mean, maybe it's got that clock that's a couple hours back or a few minutes ahead, something like that. Just right under that, you'll see a series of numbers. All buttons. Hold down the number 1 for a little bit, and that's the original like button right there. Go ahead and set that preset for WRMN 1410. Those of you on the website, 1410 is available over there as well, WRMN1410.com. Also, tell your smart speaker about WRMN 1410, and it'll play it for you, too, whether that's Alexa or Siri or... my goodness, Google, I don't know. Jeeves might know as well. We'll see. Joining me today on the Free Speech Friday panel, I've got a great guest lineup for you all. Jimmy Vasselli, often referred to as Jimmy, is the principal attorney and founding partner of Vasselli Law. JMV Chicago Law is the place to go over there. Serving Northern Illinois, specializes in municipal real estate, corporate, and public finance law. With over 2 decades of experience, his firm, known for being able, accessible, and affable, is highly regarded for its hands-on approach to local government legal matters. Sitting there in the middle of the hot seat, of course, is also our new friend, Donald P. Puckett, a Republican political figure in Kane County, Illinois, who ran for the Illinois House of Representatives in District 43 in 2024's general election. In that contest, he was defeated by the incumbent of Anna Moeller, but he received 36.1% of the vote to Mueller's 63.9%. He also serves as precinct committee person in Elgin's 29th precinct, which he began pursuing in late 2023. We've also got returning guest. Here he is, David W. Tees. active in the Kane County GOP and ran in November in the general election as well, right, Mr. Tees? Yes. What did you run for?
District 22, Kane County Board.
That's the one. He's going to update his Ballotpedia so I can put some more stuff up here on the side, too. So thank you, Free Speech Friday panel, for being here. Really appreciate it, gentlemen.
Hey, thank you for letting us be here. I'm glad to be here with Jimmy and Donald. And two great, wonderful people.
Absolutely. You know what? Just to kind of break the ice a little bit, we have done this one before, and we'll start our debate because there have been two new contestants here. And this is going to be the question that we'll get to kind of break the ice a little bit. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yes.
Yes, we've got one solid yes from Mr. Puckett. Let's see how ambiguous our lawyer can be.
It's a piece of meat between two pieces of bread, so I'd say yes.
Yes, okay, two yeses. We're already in agreement. Mr. Tees.
I will say yes because back in the 70s when you couldn't afford buns, your mom gave you a slice of bread and you folded it in half, and that was your bun. So, yes, it is a sandwich.
That's like the only time the heels are acceptable to use, right? Yeah. Well, thank you all for being here with me. Go ahead.
What did Donald? Did you say yes?
Absolutely.
Oh, I didn't hear him say yes. I'm sorry. I didn't know what his reason why. Okay.
Yeah, why is that?
Why is that?
Just same thing? Just sandwich bread?
It's got bread. It's got meat. Works for me.
Let's talk about it. So here we go with this. There's a couple things that I want to talk about just Illinois in general and kind of a little bit about the way that the party structure is sitting right now. You two gentlemen that volunteer and throw your time towards the Kane GOP, you get hands-on knowledge of the way that the candidates are moving and how people are positioning themselves. We're probably a couple months still out before anybody starts really jumping into too many of the primary aspects, or am I wrong? Is everybody gearing up to make an announcement next week?
Everybody who's going in on the primary is pretty much already in because signatures started August 5th.
Okay.
So, that's a month earlier than usual. They moved it up. And so everybody is already in. And if they're not in, they're really behind the curve because we're a month into it. Yep. October 27th is the first day you can start handing in the petitions. November 3rd is the deadline. So if you're not out there working it, you're not going to be in.
How many signatures do we need right now?
Depending on your office, me personally, running for the 43rd, I need a minimum of 500.
Okay.
Maximum of 1,000.
And you got to get them from that particular district, right?
Absolutely.
For everything.
Absolutely. They have to be in the 43rd district. Otherwise, they're no good. Last time out, I had one individual got me like 36 and 33 were bad.
Oh.
They weren't in the right district.
They weren't in the right district. Wow. But it's the way you go about it. A lot of people don't know. I thought it was a blessing to get the 3 signatures that were good. There's no criticism. Several of mine were out of the area. You go and get them, no matter what. And if somebody wants to sign your petition, even though they might not be, let them sign.
Let them do it, yeah.
Because there might be 2 other people with them that are in the district. Let's encourage people. We can always worry about that later.
When you see a bunch of people signing, right, you want to jump into it as well, right, Jimmy? If you're out there, you see, you'd never go to the guy that everybody else is ignoring.
Right. Well, there's only 10 signatures on a page.
Okay.
And every time you pop up a new page, people looking at, what, nobody signing your petitions? There's only 10. I need 500. This is a new clean sheet. I got several filled out, okay?
Nobody likes you.
Right. Jimmy, what's that process like of vetting the signatures? Do they go through and just match names and addresses, or is it also going in with signatures too?
We actually send teams down to different county offices at the clerks and check and make sure the signatures are valid. We have an overall process when we are retained to do it or we are asked to do it. And I really credit the people who run for office because it's a terrible job. It's knocking, I'm sure they love it and they will tell all the people who get the signatures that they love the process. But it is they knock on doors, they stand outside different events and everything like that. And, you get all sorts of people to come back and comment on it. So it is a very arduous process. You can strike it through afterwards. I have handled many objection challenges, either defending or prosecuting when people are invalid, or they say that they're not compliant. And it's tough. You got to put them together the right way. And if you don't, you hate to see people put in one form the wrong way or do something with pagination that's not right, and they get knocked off the ballot. Like, it's just, but the law's the law, and it is what it is. And, it's the Incumbency Protection Act. It is an act that's in there to ensure the people who are in power stay in power. But we got to follow the rules till we can change them.
So what happened to this guy here last election? He got bumped. Okay. So we had him slated in. Since the 43rd goes to Cook County and Kane County, we had to have the chair of the GOP be there. They had to have the Cook County side to be there, and witnesses and legal papers all signed. We had him slated in. So he had to go back out and get his signatures again. And, this guy will walk 300, 500 doors in a whole session. He doesn't give up, and he'll help out other candidates too while he's doing this. That being said, what ended up happening was 19 Republicans were slated in that were thrown off the ballot in Illinois throughout the state. And all of a sudden the state says, no slating for state reps.
Right.
And they knew it was illegal. They knew it was going to go to court, but they kept this guy off the streets for a couple of months. So he didn't know if he should get literature. He shouldn't know if he gets signs.
That's a big investment.
Yeah,
right?
and donations. He's in limbo. He doesn't know what to do. They're keeping him off the streets. It was, I think, Jimmy, one of the greatest strategies that the Democratic Party could pull off, because they enabled these 19 people. But this guy didn't give up, and neither did they. And then when it came time, he was behind the 8 ball so far, and they knew this. And it was all legal, and he was out there knocking on doors, busting his butt, putting signs up. And he doesn't give up. That's one thing that, remember, if you're running for office, don't give up. It's always great to challenge somebody. People need to be challenged, and people need to vote for the right person. Do your homework.
Don, is it frustrating that every 10 years you have to look at another map and go, who is actually in my district? Now I guess the new set is every 5 years.
That is one of the things I'm most interested in. One of the reasons I want to run is because I would like to win the election, get into the legislature, and get on the committee to redistrict. My major was geography in college. Now, you might think that's, where's this place and where's that place? But you study transportation systems, demographics. It's kind of a nexus between the physical sciences and the human sciences, sociology, economics, psychology, and then geology and everything like that. It all comes together. But the thing is it's knowing your demographics and getting out there and going after it. So for me, I would really like to, as we know, over the last couple of weeks, the gerrymandering issues come up. And I would like to get in there and be a part of the redistricting process and actually follow the laws.
What does the perfect district look like from a geography standpoint?
From my perspective, it needs to be centered around an actual location. Like, instead of splitting up Elgin, why are we splitting Elgin? I mean, the size of the districts would indicate that most of Elgin, the core of it, Aurora, for instance, is almost all in one. It's like almost one big square or round circle. Elgin should be the same way. And you should operate on the basis of the like-minded voters in that they are living in the same town. You got Democrats and Republicans there, but they're all the same community, so shouldn't they be put in together? That's the consistencies is what you're looking for. And, running it down a highway for 100 miles without anybody on either side is not,
so you can
not
get to
realistic.
another node, right? Jimmy, how difficult does districting become because of Illinois' multi-layered system? We've got townships, we've got municipalities, we've got the state side of everything. How difficult is it to kind of play with all of the maps? Because here in Elgin, I think there are 3 different counties and a few districts just in that city, like you were saying.
So it's a very interesting question, and I'm going to tackle it on a couple fronts, if that's okay. Number one, I'll just say this at the outset so I don't get in trouble with the Bar Association. I can't talk about the maps in some certain regards.
Okay, fair enough.
That there. But I will tell you, President Trump received 44% of the vote in the state of Illinois, and I think that there's 17 Democratic congressmen and 3 Republican. So is that really endemic? Like, is that really reflective of what the people are voting for? I think that the map-making process is probably the biggest stranglehold on political strength in the state. To be honest with you, it's something that people don't talk about a lot, but it is really there. And to your point, we have either the second or third most bodies of government out of all of the states. And that includes California, which is, I think, the 5th largest economy in the world. And so, yes, the jurisdictional boundaries go in there because then there becomes different people and policyholders and stakeholders who go up through the map making process and talk to the higher stakeholders for the maps. And it just becomes, it's chaos. If there are going to be suits and there's going to be fights about districting and redistricting, and I don't want to get on a soapbox, but it's kind of a sad thing in so much that, if this state does this, then that state's going to do that, and we're going to do this, and this one's going to do that. And I'm not criticizing, I'm not complimenting, but when the governor went on Colbert said, well, look at your state. You've got one state rep, and I'm not going to mention any names, or U.S. rep, who goes all the way up north and goes all the way down south, right?
He said it was drawn by a third grader.
Yeah.
Kindergarten class, actually.
Right.
Yeah, it was a kindergarten class.
That's the third-party commission that they...
And there's another commission that just started out again about a remapping commission, which had a daily on there. And so it's a real interesting process. We'll see what happens.
We'll talk some more with our Free Speech Friday panel. That's Jimmy Vaselli, that's Don Puckett, and David Tease here on A Political Talk Show. When we come back, we're going to play a game. We've got enough time to go all the way over. So get your pens ready for those of you that like to play at home. We are going to play Can You Do That to the Flag?
Oh.
Stick around. More Apolitical Talk Show after this.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by VaxAssist.com. The FDA has approved an updated version of the COVID-19 vaccine for the upcoming fall and winter season, but has limited access to them. The new and improved vaccine by Pfizer will more closely match the strains circulating the country, targeting a sublineage of the disease known as LP81. However, the new vaccine is only approved for use in adults ages 65 and older, and for those between ages 5 and 64 with at least one underlying condition that puts them at high risk for severe COVID like asthma or obesity. Healthy children and young adults will have to consult with a health care provider to be able to receive the new vaccine. This marks a major shift away from previous guidance, which recommended annual shots for all Americans older than 6 months. A person died after losing control of a pickup truck that crashed just after 8 a.m. Tuesday at Silver Glen and Old Homestead Roads in St. Charles Township. Authorities have not released the identity of the driver, who was pronounced dead at the scene. The Kane County Sheriff's Office is investigating the crash. Authorities told the Daily Herald the truck was traveling east on Silver Glen when it left the road at a curve on Old Homestead. Witnesses told deputies the truck entered the curve at a high speed. The driver was the only person in the truck. The Aurora Police Department was again the top municipality for DUI arrests in the Alliance Against Intoxicated Motorists recently released annual survey. The department made 473 drunken driving arrests in 2024, an almost 30% increase from the previous year, according to AAIM's figures. The Chicago Tribune reports AAIM is a Schaumburg-based citizen activist group founded in 1982 by victims of drunk driving. It has been conducting a statewide survey of Illinois police departments annually since 1990 to analyze the number of DUI arrests police make each year. The survey is funded by a grant from the Illinois Department of Transportation. This year, nearly 700 police agencies were surveyed, with 81% responding. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
If you're
your end of summer plans don't include a trip to Macy's, then you're missing out because our Labor Day sale has huge savings to wrap up the season in style, like dresses from Karl Lagerfeld and INC, 100 and under. Plus, just what you need for fall, like Levi's for your whole crew, 30 to 40% off. It's also the best time to update your home with our lowest prices of the season on furniture, mattresses, and more. Hurry in. Macy's Labor Day sale is going on now. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
Moms and dads, do you wish you could know where your kids' shoes are at all times? Now you can with Skechers' newest Apple AirTag compatible sneakers. There's a clever hidden AirTag compartment under the shoe's insole. It's sleek, secure, and your child can't feel or see it. Then you can check where your kids' shoes are on the Find My app. Plus, they're available for boys and girls. Get Find My Skechers at Skechers.com, a Skechers store near you, or wherever kids' shoes are sold. Apple AirTags sold separately.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. This afternoon, scattered rain showers after 4 p.m. with partly sunny skies and a high near 73. Tonight, scattered rain showers with mostly cloudy skies and a low around 59. Tomorrow, isolated rain showers before 10 a.m. with partly sunny skies and a high near 72. Currently, it is 71 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time on a fancy water bottle with ultra titanium alloy metal. You're not sure why you need all that. I mean, it just holds water. But you're getting it anyway. Because if you're hiking near an active volcano and you accidentally drop the bottle into molten lava, your water will still be icy cold. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For water bottles. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
Welcome back to A Political Talk Show here on WRMN. My name is Dennis Sonar Green, and you are seeing our fantastic Free Speech Friday panel. Thank you, Jimmy and Don and Dave, for being here with me. I guess I could be a bit more formal. That's Jimmy Vaselli, that is Don Puckett, and that is Mr. David Tease. Are you guys ready to play a game?
Let's do it.
This is fun. We love playing games here on Free Speech Friday. You can work as a team. We don't need to sit here and point people out or anything like that. And we will just all recognize who's actually holding the team together. No, I'm just here we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a scenario. Some of these citizens have been using the American flag, and we are going to ask two questions. The first question, is it legal? Can you do that to the American flag? And the other question is it disrespectful according to the flag code? Flag code is supposed to be I guess it's the Emily Post of how we use the flag, right? Of
flag etiquette.
Etiquette. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. Ethics is usually what I lean into, muscle memory wise. But etiquette is absolutely correct. Here's the first one. John proudly raised his American flag to the top of the pole before lowering it to half staff in a 4th of July dawn ceremony. Rain gently falling as taps played. Is this legal, and is this compliant with the flag code?
I think it's legal because the fact is that taps was being played at that moment.
Okay.
I concur.
Legal?
Legal, and
the lawyer, does it say it's legal?
I don't know if it's legal. I don't know if it's a red herring, too, because it's raining on the flag at that point in time.
See, they started to find
trick
it.
question.
So rain on the flag.
I didn't pay attention to that.
I'm going to say no. I'm not going to be a contrarian, but I'm going to say no.
So it is legal. You can do it. Flag code wise, you have to have an all-weather flag. To have a flag that is out in the rain or in the weather, it needs to be an all-weather flag. It cannot just be the cotton one that you normally put up. So as soon as it starts raining, John should have put it down, folded it up, put it away. Here we go. Maria celebrated Independence Day with a red, white, and blue outfit, including a crop top made from flag-printed fabric she bought at the mall. Is it legal? Or I guess, is it legal and is it a violation or compliant with flag code?
So I have a question with this one.
Go ahead.
Is it an actual flag that was cut up and used for the material?
It is a shirt that she made herself out of flag-printed fabric she bought at the mall.
I would say it's legal then.
Legal, okay. We got one legal.
Legal and okay.
And okay, okay. And then what have we got down on the end? Legal and okay. Yes or no on the
okay, yeah.
Okay,
legal
as
and okay,
well?
yeah.
It is legal. You can absolutely wear that thing, but it is a violation of the flag code. The flag cannot be worn as apparel. And not even if it's a real flag. You cannot have any replication as a apparel or as curtains or pillows or bed sheets or anything like that.
What does she look like?
I don't know. She might have looked good. It was her legal right to flaunt that thing, but it was a violation of the flag code.
I got to look at this flag code here.
Right?
I never knew there was.
It is a violation of the etiquette of the flag.
I didn't know there was a flag code.
Yeah. And that's all we're saying is I brought this up because a lot of people find the burning of a flag offensive, right? It is. It's offensive. But a lot of people are saying it's not legal. So we'll get to that question later. Here's number 3 for those of you that are playing at home. Darius kept his flag flying all night to show that freedom never sleeps. Is it legal? Or I guess legal, and is it a violation, or is he compliant with the flag code? Darius kept his flag flying all night to show that freedom never sleeps.
Is this the new code or is this the old code?
This is the code. I think it's 4.
Well, I would actually have to
UC.
say this is that it is illegal to fly your flag at night. But I believe if I'm right, the new code says unless you got a light shining on it.
So you're right on the flag code. It is a violation if you do not illuminate it at night. So unless Darius put a flashlight down under at the bottom, he had to make sure that it was there. But what about the legality of it?
Well, the reason why I'm saying that you can't do that unless there's a light there, the military, they actually take their flag down at night.
Yes.
And then do taps when it comes up in the morning. So basically, yeah, I would have to say it's illegal to do that. I mean, you could just...
So it is a violation of the flag code. Yeah. Yes. But legality is different than the flag code.
Right.
So is it legal from a law standpoint? Can Darius get a fine or be thrown in jail for not flying the flag and bringing it down?
He could get a fine for that.
Okay.
No.
It's not a fine, or is it not legal?
It's not finable. It's
not
legal.
So it's legal?
I'll say legal.
Legal. It is legal. You can absolutely fly it at night. Is it disrespectful? You betcha.
Unless it's illuminated.
Unless it's illuminated.
But most of the things that are against the etiquette are still legal.
Just like if I have too many forks, I can just have a proper place to put it. There's always something with etiquette, right? So here we go. This is the next one for those of you playing at home. Here we go. Tina left her grandfather's old battle-worn flag waving from the front porch to honor his legacy. It was faded and torn, but full of spirit. Is it legal, and is it a violation of the flag code?
It's not legal, and it's a violation of the flag code.
Not legal and a violation, right? Illegal and a violation. What do you got, Don?
I'd say it's legal.
Says it's legal.
I would think it would be bad etiquette.
Bad etiquette. And what do we got, Jimmy?
I think illegal. I think bad etiquette because it's torn.
Yep. It is bad etiquette. Damaged flag should be retired with dignity. Whether you fold it up and keep it as a keepsake because it was your grandfather's old battle-worn flag, or you dispose of it respectfully as well. As far as legality goes, you can do it. You sure can. If we've seen a pattern so far,
how much of it got to be left before you got to take it down?
It's there. Here we go. Number 5, again, for those of you playing at home. And then Jimmy's got to go. Here we go. A local diner adds a festive touch on Veterans Day. A little disposable toothpick flags for every burger. Is it legal? Is it bad etiquette?
I think it's legal, and I think it's good etiquette because it's an American-made burger.
There you go. Don?
Legal again, bad etiquette again.
Bad etiquette again.
Legal, bad etiquette.
Legal, bad etiquette. That's right. You should never put the flag on something that is to be used and disposed of. So no napkins, no little flags you're just going to throw away anyway.
Trick question.
That is it. You got time for one more, Jimmy?
I can do one more
in there.
Not an expert on flag law.
That's okay. That's okay.
Neither am I.
Let me find it in here. Malik stood silently in front of City Hall, setting a flag aflame to protest injustice, then walked away peacefully. Is it legal, and is it good etiquette?
Illegal, bad etiquette.
Illegal, bad etiquette, he says.
It's legal. It's bad etiquette, except the legality of it. He's burning something, and he better watch what he does where he burns something, because that could be against
That's the illegal.
But burning the flag, as long as it's safe to burn it in that location and nobody's going to get you for setting it on fire at that location, you can burn the flag.
And if it's your flag.
Right. There you go.
Jimmy?
Legal and deplorable.
Yes, absolutely. It is a violation to burn it without the respect that it deserves. And if you're asking about the legal protection, you can look up Texas versus Johnson. That was the first one, which then immediately after the Congress tried to pass the law again in 1989, actually pass a law for it. And then I believe you get Texas versus Eccleston at that point, where the Supreme Court once again turned around and said, no, did you not read Texas versus Johnson? we were just here. So thank you, Jimmy, for playing along. We're going to have some more questions with our Free Speech Friday panel when we come back after this. Welcome back to A Political Talk Show here on WRMN. WRMN 1410 on your AM dial or WRMN1410.com. Lots of different ways to listen, lots of different ways to participate, to play along, or send us a message, 505-926-1410. 505-926-1410. We've also got the phone lines open, 847-931-1410. Let's go ahead and jump over to the YouTube side of things. Jose's over there, Hippie J. We've got Brennan, the boss lady, Gia, and the commander. Commander Dennis says flag practices are patches are legal, but no clothes must have on it. Burning is protected First Amendment. He's there. He would be the one that knows it. In fact, if you have any flags that need to be disposed of respectfully or retired, I guess is the better word choice for that, you can reach out to your local American Legion or the AMVETS or the VFW. They always have a connection.
Boy Scouts. And
the Boy Scouts.
In your area, the Elgin Township also does the exact same thing.
In fact, part of our game today of Can You Do That to the Flag, we've got a Boy Scout troop. A Boy Scout troop placed tiny American flags at veterans' graves, then gathered the weathered ones afterward for a respectful disposal. Is it legal, and is it the proper etiquette?
Yes, both.
Both?
Yes, both.
That's absolutely right. You can leave those all-weather flags at grave sites, and if they become too weathered, they get replaced, and then those flags can be respectfully disposed of. You can't just throw them on a burger.
Respectfully retired.
Retired, that's right. Here we go. Trevor is having a fantastic July weekend over at the lake for a swim with a beach towel featuring the Stars and Stripes. It's patriotic, right?
Oh, yeah, but it's bad etiquette.
Yeah, it is bad etiquette.
Is it legal?
Yes.
Yes.
It is. If you've noticed the trend, this is free, protected speech. Many of the things that we do and take for granted with the flag, we probably shouldn't be doing with it, but it is legal to do it. So at their wedding, Jen and Chris posed beneath a heart-shaped American flag wall hanging that Chris made in woodworking class. Is it legal? And does it fit the flag code?
It doesn't fit the flag code, but it is legal.
I would say it's legal, but it not being an actual flag and just being something on something, I think it might be okay etiquette.
Your gray area and apprehension are warranted. Altering the flag form is discouraged, but it isn't strictly prohibited within the code as well. You don't want to mutilate it or mark it or anything like that, but using it as an image is kind of that gray area for there. How about this one? Kyle showed his patriotism year-round with a detailed American flag tattoo running down his bicep. Is it legal, and is it bad etiquette?
It's legal, but bad etiquette because you told me you can't put a little flag on a burger when it's going to be disposed of, and one day you will be disposed of. Yeah,
but will you be disposed of respectfully, I suppose?
Not behind a township building, I know that.
Yes, I think it's legal, but I'd say the etiquette code would say no. But I personally think, hey, if you're going to have a tattoo, that's the tattoo.
Yeah, it is. You're right there, Don.
That's it. Flag code does not address body art. It does only address mutilating the flag itself. So it's another one of those gray areas that are here. Let's see here. How about this one? And this, I think, is second to last that I've got sitting over here. Sophia honored her country in her dorm room with a full-sized American flag displayed across her ceiling like the sky of liberty. Is this legal, and is this bad etiquette?
It's legal, bad etiquette, because you're in your house and it's your space, freedom to do what you want in your house.
Why is it bad etiquette?
Because where you put it.
Yeah, on the ceiling?
Yeah.
A little much?
Yeah.
I totally agree. It's almost anything you do to the flag is legal, but that would not be the proper display etiquette terms.
Absolutely. The flag should never be used as ceiling decoration, and the flag should never be presented horizontally. Not horizontally as in like the actual flag up against the wall, horizontally laid like a blanket.
Right.
Unless you are covering the honored, and even then, you should not cover anything with a flag. That is a violation of flag code. So let's do this one that you hit on as well, Don. Leah honored her grandfather's service by turning part of his worn flag into a patch sewn into her backpack. Is it illegal? And is it bad etiquette?
Both.
Okay.
It's legal.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely legal.
But you're taking a piece of the flag that should be properly
It's still a legal thing.
Still legal.
But it's bad etiquette.
It's very bad etiquette. Repurposing the flag is discouraged. I'm not going to point out some of the non-for-profits that kind of do that for the troops, for things. It's one of those things of where on the scale, right? Of do I send a star to a veteran who is serving and needs that reminder, or am I doing something bad? So it's one of those things as the literal definition of the flag code, it's bad. You should not be doing it.
You know where there's going to be some American flags out on display here?
Where is that?
That's going to be at the Americans First Responders Fest.
That's very true. Look at you with your Mr. Segway over here. That's, of course, right. Hampshire Community Events. You guys have a countdown sitting right over there on your thing. What does that say?
It says 4, 5, 5, 4, 1.
No. What does it say for the countdown?
Oh, wait a second. Oh, I got
Should
it.
have days.
It says
22 days.
22 days, 1 hour, 4 minutes, and 6 seconds.
That's right. That's how long it is until the America's First Responders Fest.
I like that. Good addition to
Saturday, September 20th, downtown Hampshire, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Rain or shine, that's the way that you're going to go. First Responders Recognition, live entertainment, Rick Lindy and the Wild Ones. You guys have seen them performed before, right?
Yeah.
Mixed Company Band, I believe we've had them here in studio with us. And Canyon Arrow Light featuring Tim and Joe. I think it was Tim that came in over here. So we've all had them on the station before. You can find all of that, all those videos on the YouTube side. But I'm looking forward to the Classic Car Show presented by Gilbert's Eagles Club. That's 1047 is that Classic Car Show. You can't have a festival here in Fox River Valley without a car show, guys. That's just the way it's got to be. And I am so glad that the Gilbert's Eagles Club is helping us for their vendor booths, food trucks, kids' activities, not just playing tag with David Tees. All kinds of different things that are happening over there. Downtown Hampshire, don't know where it is. There's a few different restaurants like the Copper Barrel.
The Copper Barrel, yes.
One of them that's really good that's over there too. But downtown Hampshire, that's the place to go. 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. September 20th. I know David Tees is going to be there.
Yes.
And we are going to be presenting some of the proceeds to K9s for Veterans. You can find them on Facebook, K9s for Veterans, NFP for that. We're also sending some proceeds over to the Illinois Firefighter Peer Support and the Illinois Police Peer Support teams. Those are both going to go over there. You can find more information at ilffps.org for them. And of course, just like you were saying about those flags,
yes,
True Patriots Care is going to be giving us some of those flags as well. They are dedicated to recognizing and supporting those who have served their communities as first responders and members of the armed forces. Go to truepatriotscare.com. We just finished 1 hour. We've got one more left before the Hampshire Whippers game kicks off. Stick around for more WRMN, specifically a political talk show with us, the Free Speech Friday panel, and me, Dennis Sonar Green. We'll see you on the other side.
Children are the greatest joy and our best hope for a better future. Friends, they are the future. But did you know that millions of kids right here in our own backyard are facing hunger every day? Without healthy food, it's harder to grow, to thrive, to feel their best.
The impact when children don't have enough to eat is tremendous because when you're hungry and your basic needs aren't being met, you cannot learn.
Every child deserves to be fed. This is a problem we know how to solve. Food is not just food. It's energy, health, confidence, hope, and even love. Yes, love.
Breakfast in the classroom contributes to kids being more focused, which leads to higher grades, and simply just their well-being.
Thank you! Learn more about how No Kid Hungry is helping end child hunger in America at helpnokidhungry.org.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 5 o'clock.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by VaxAssist.com. A person died after losing control of a pickup truck that crashed just after 8 a.m. Tuesday at Silver Glen and Old Homestead Roads in St. Charles Township. Authorities have not released the identity of the driver who was pronounced dead at the scene. The Kane County Sheriff's Office is investigating the crash. Authorities told the Daily Herald the truck was traveling east on Silver Glen when it left the road at a curve on Old Homestead. Witnesses told deputies the truck entered the curve at a high speed. The driver was the only person in the truck. The Aurora Police Department was again the top municipality for DUI arrests in the Alliance Against Intoxicated Motorists recently released annual survey. The department made 473 drunken driving arrests in 2024, an almost 30% increase from the previous year, according to AAIM's figures. The Chicago Tribune reports AAIM is a Schaumburg-based citizen activist group founded in 1982 by victims of drunk driving. It has been conducting a statewide survey of Illinois police departments annually since 1990 to analyze the number of DUI arrests police make each year. The survey is funded by a grant from the Illinois Department of Transportation. This year, nearly 700 police agencies were surveyed, with 81% responding. The FDA has approved an updated version of the COVID-19 vaccine for the upcoming fall and winter season, but has limited access to them. The new and improved vaccine by Pfizer will more closely match the strains circulating the country, targeting a sublineage of the disease known as LP81. However, the new vaccine is only approved for use in adults ages 65 and older, and for those between ages 5 and 64 with at least one underlying condition that puts them at high risk for severe COVID like asthma or obesity. Healthy children and young adults will have to consult with a healthcare provider to be able to receive the new vaccine. This marks a major shift away from previous guidance, which recommended annual shots for all Americans older than 6 months. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at VaxAssist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Kohl's Labor Day sale is here. Sure, it's hard to admit summer's ending, but with $10 off $25 spent at Kohl's, you can stop living in denial and start living in cute cardigans. Yep, we're back to wearing layers. So welcome fall with savings on jeans, tees, candles, and comfy bedding. And earn Kohl's cash all weekend. Trust me, your future cozy self will thank you. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offer in September 1st. See store or Kohls.com for details.
From the pages of the Elgin newspapers of 100 years ago today, these are the headlines brought to you by the Elgin History Museum.
This is Alan Walters reporting the Elgin news from August 29th, 1925. Elgin pair is remarried at hospital. Past differences were forgotten by Mr. and Mrs. Harry Goodman when they were remarried at St. Joseph's Hospital, where Mrs. Goodman had been taken Tuesday, August 18th, critically ill. The service was read at the hospital by Reverend I.L. Schweitzer, pastor of First Evangelical Church. No guests were present at the wedding, owing to the critical illness of Mrs. Goodman, who has since improved considerably, although she's still quite ill. Dr. H.H. Pillinger is the attending physician. Mrs. Goodman was formerly Miss Alice Gartland. They have one daughter, Catherine, casually known as Billy. A new Ford makes its debut. Accompanied by a photograph, the Elgin Daily...
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. This afternoon, scattered rain showers after 4 p.m. with partly sunny skies and a high near 73. Tonight, scattered rain showers with mostly cloudy skies and a low around 59. Tomorrow, isolated rain showers before 10 a.m. with partly sunny skies and a high near 72. Currently, it is 71 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time on a fancy water bottle with ultra titanium alloy metal. You're not sure why you need all that. I mean, it just holds water. But you're getting it anyway. Because if you're hiking near an active volcano and you accidentally drop the bottle into molten lava, your water will still be icy cold. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time. For water bottles, Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The Supplemental Security Income Program provides monthly payments to help meet basic needs, like putting food on the table, paying the rent, or buying new shoes for growing feet. You may qualify if your income and financial resources are low, and you are 65 or older, or an adult or child with a disability, or who is blind. Call 1-800-772-1213 or go to ssa.gov/SSI to start to apply. Produced by Social Security at U.S. taxpayer expense.
And good day to our friends around the world. This is a political talk show here on WRMN. Thank you for being here. Thanks for being a part of the show. My name is Dennis Sonar Green. I am the host, and today I get to be the moderator. It's one of my favorite days of the week. That's right, it is Free Speech Friday. A new player has joined the group today, and of course, that is Cecilia Brooks, a 24-year-old candidate for Elgin City Council in 2025, and ran for the Vote For a large election in Illinois. Her background includes political activism, sales, and bartending. Of course, she previously served as secretary of the Kane County Young Republicans, as a member of the Elgin Township Committee on Youth, and held a role in the precinct's captain for 17th Precinct of Elgin Township. Thank you very much for joining us, ma'am.
Thank you for having me. It's good to be back. It's been a while.
Absolutely. Also joining us as well, super special treat is, of course, our new friend, Don Puckett, local Republican active in Kane County. In 2024, he ran as the GOP candidate for Illinois House District 43, earning 36.1% of the vote. He is also involved at the grassroots level as precinct committee person for Elgin's 29th precinct. Thank you very much for being here, Mr. Puckett.
I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you.
It's always fun to meet a new person. And of course, we've got regular here, David W. Tees. It is prominent Kane County GOP Precinct Committee of Elgin 16, right?
Yes.
Who ran for county board in District 22 during the 2024 general election. He also engages actively in GOP outreach, campaigning, including media appearances to discuss party efforts. Thank you for this media appearance today.
Hey, thank you. And also, too, is I'm going to be the new host of Fantasy Football Blitz this Sunday at 7 a.m.
Oh, that's going to be fun. How long have you guys been doing that league?
John started in 1984. I came in 1986.
Oh, my goodness. I cannot do fantasy football without an app. Like, I could never do it with pen and paper and newspapers, too.
Yeah, we did it with newspapers and call-ins. But now, you got Roto World as our football Bible because it gives us up-to-date news and injury reports. So, so you can tune in and call in. We will help you with your fantasy team.
You're one of the earliest shows to set up lines, right? As well. Mm-hmm. So, like as I'm getting ready for church, I can sit there and just listen to it, set my lineup real quick, cooking eggs, putting on a tie, all that jazz.
Put the little earpiece in your ears while you're sitting in the pew.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. We'll see how little we can get those things. But thank you all for being here. I really appreciate that as well. So first thing, I just want to jump into the breaking news of today, actually. And the reason that we do a lot of the news articles and headlines here on Friday is because I like to get the Free Speech Friday panel's opinions on some of these articles. So 126 articles have already been written about this subject over here. How do I know that? Well, I use ground.news. Head on over to ground.news to figure out where your news is coming from. Is it left? Is it right? Is it centered? Is it high factuality, low factuality? Ground.news will help you figure that out. So let's just jump right into this side, and I'll read this for a right-leaning comparison over here. This headline here, Governor Greg Abbott signs the new Texas congressional map designed to give GOP 5 more seats. Texas governor signed the new redistricting plan into law and is expected to create those 5 additional Republican-leaning districts for 2026 election. The new congressional map faced significant opposition from Texas House Democrats, who initially fled the state to delay the vote. But the legislation ultimately passed both chambers. A lawsuit was filed against Abbott by a group of Texas residents claiming the new districts are racially discriminatory. Donald Trump supporting the redistricting effort, calling it a success for the GOP, and stated it would help elect 5 new Republicans in the upcoming election. Since ladies first, go ahead and tell me your thoughts on this.
Yeah, I mean, this is a highly discussed issue, and I definitely think that the gerrymandering that we've seen in the state of Illinois, I think when it gets to a point when there's a point where it can be beneficial for just people in general, right, for actual equal representation, I think that's important for equal representation. However, when it gets to the point, for example, here in Illinois, where it's gerrymandered so much to the point that we don't have equal representation, I think that can get bad. I do think that as long as there's equal representation and and the constituents have their voice, the opportunity for their voices to be heard. I think that is the most important thing.
Mr. Puckett, Governor Newsom says this is an attack on democracy, so I'm going to do it too.
Where's
the logic in that?
There's no attack on democracy. Actually, gerrymandering is one of the foremost types of democracy. It is a reflection of democracy. It can be abused, but it is a reflection of democracy.
A reflection of democracy, according to Benjamin Franklin, 2 wolves and a lamb deciding what's for lunch.
You got it.
Mr. Tees, what's your thoughts on this? Is Abbott and the Texas Republicans overstepping, or are they doing everything what's in their legal right, or both?
They're doing what's in their legal right. I mean, every state does this. I mean, it's all done by the census and population. But some of the things that we see, like with Illinois, where you got this little section that goes way up towards Rockford, and it's like a little tiny section where it's surrounded by borders on both sides. It's like school districts, like around here, and districts and cities where you think you're in Elgin, but you don't know if you're in South Elgin, or if you're in School District 300, or if you're in U46, because the border is it's just almost the same maps that we're seeing in Illinois. We see that little tiny section is U46, and then you're surrounded by 301 or 300, you know? And, it's confusing for the bus drivers.
That's what it sounds like.
Props to them.
So, geography. We talked earlier about districting for things and how people should kind of be grouped based off of their geographic side of it, right? What is the downfall for just gridding the entirety of America and just being done with it?
I believe that, Cecilia pointed out that it's inclusive, little gerrymandering, you don't want to exclude people, but that's if you're taking your diversity by race. And that's where they emphasize most of the time, particularly Democrats. What we're looking at is diversity is not just about race, it's diversity of thought. I'd like to have things more balanced between the two parties. I don't really care about who's strongest there. What I'm looking at is the community that's there itself already. Jimmy was talking about how many forms of government we've got. We've got over 5,000 different taxing bodies in the greater Chicagoland area alone. I mean, you look at your tax bill here in Elgin, and you got at least 7 minimum taxing entities. Those only governments tax, so all those are governments, even the Fox River Water Reclamation District. Okay, so you've got to look at it in multi-layers. If we keep it simple, let the people decide instead of them picking us. Gerrymandering is politicians picking the voters. If we do a good job of redistricting and drawing the maps, it's the voters then picking their politicians.
Cecilia, my argument is if we don't have any parties, we don't have any gerrymandering.
Yeah, I think...
And I don't think we'd have it. Yeah, no districts.
I don't know if we'd have elections.
Right? Communism, a one-party state.
And that's, again, so that's kind of like Donald Puckett said. I'm so against, as I've spoken about before, I'm so against extremisms on both sides, right? I am so against the insane gerrymandering that has happened in the state of Illinois. And that's infuriating for me. And I know that it's infuriating for so many other Illinoisans. But at the end of the day, it's as long as it's in moderation, which here in Illinois is a prime example of this not being in moderation. I personally am not one to advocate even being a conservative, being a Republican, as much as I'm proud to say that. I also am not somebody who believes that Republicans should be in complete control, just like I firmly believe that Democrats should not be in firm control either. I think there needs to be a balance of power, and I believe, just as Donald said, that the people need to be accurately and equally represented in the U.S. Congress.
Mr. Tees, policy, right? That's what we really want to be voting on. We want to be voting on the people that we put in front of us and say, what is the plan for those people, right? So does gerrymandering I don't know, dilute policy a little bit? Does it give it a leg up for policy for some people? If your policy's good and your district is well mapped, maybe you'll be a better candidate or have more. Because I guess it's a game of numbers, honestly, at the end of the day, and those numbers are percentage numbers. If I can get a 7% boost because I've got a weird offshoot on my map, maybe that's something that maybe policy may not have to be as important.
Well, policy is a big thing with that because the fact is you got some candidates or you got some voters in some of these districts that have high crime compared to some voters that don't have high crimes. So you want to make sure you vote for your guy that actually has a policy that he's going to bring up and make crime, reduce crime, tougher sentencing, or higher fines on tickets. So if you live in a district that everybody's speeding through your neighborhood and nobody does anything, you want to vote for the guy that comes in and creates a new policy to make sure that instead of a $100 ticket, I'm going to make sure everybody gets a $300 ticket. You know what I mean? So, it's about policies and people. Each district has a little bit of a problem, and it's a different problem for each district.
Mr. Puckett, what is the ideal map that you can envision? If you were in charge of redistricting, what are some of your priorities for each piece of the map?
What I'm looking at is keeping communities together as a whole. Like for the 43rd, which I ran for, I've got maybe 40% of Elgin Township, a sliver of Dundee Township, and then about another 40% of Hanover Township and Cook County. Now, that's not the whole community. You've got a town like Elgin, which is about the size of a district in terms of its population. So why don't we just plop one right down on Elgin and then put the bulk of Elgin in there and the little pieces that you can't get in because of the population constraints, on the individual assembly seat. Then the little pieces can go off into other districts, but keep the communities together. I'm as opposed to Cecilia, I am more of it's okay if we wipe out the Democrats. I don't have any problem with that. Let the natural process go. The Democrats have become the Socialist Communist Party of America against the wishes of many of the general public type normal Democrat voters. And let a new party rise that can discard the socialist agenda because it's un-American. I mean, they're 80-20 on most of the issues, 90-10 on most of the issues. Trump, for instance, has taken the common sense ground on most of these issues. So let's make the districts fairer and more compact and more around the community and the voter, and then let the voters decide. And I think the party with the good policies, the party that gets things done and fixes things, they'll work. They'll get it done.
Is it time for a populist party at this point? We're going to my goal is 4 parties in 2040. That's my goal. 4 parties in 2040. Is it time for us to discard the extremes on either side of the party?
Yes.
And readjust the parties now? Or should we just have one populist party that pulls everybody from that doesn't feel like they are represented?
So
here, let me ask it again. I'm like, sometimes I get a little confusing for myself as well. Is it better to split the parties that we currently have now, or is it better to start a new populist party?
I would say it's better to split the parties we have now because you've got extremisms on both sides, and you've got super far left extreme leftists who are socialists, communists, and that is not a moderate Democrat, in my opinion. It's you've got your JFK era Democrats, right? Those moderate Democrats, and then you've got your traditional conservatives within the Republican Party, your independents,
your Romneys or so.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But then everybody, all the MAGA wants to call them rhinos. So I think that that's a huge difference, right? And you've got your MAGA portion of the party, and then you've got conservatives or constitutionalists and other different sections of the Republican Party that don't necessarily associate with the MAGA movement. But because of that, it's causing a fracture within the Republican Party. And you've got people going at each other's throats. And I can speak to that just being a part of the Republican Party. As far as the Democrats, too, they're going at each other's throats as well. And clearly, there is this huge, deep fissure in both of the parties that I don't think we can recover from, and I don't think we should try to.
Dawn, just like we were talking before the show here, is this where primaries come into it? If you want the party to look a certain way, you got to start early.
That's correct. You got to make the effort. You got to know what you're doing early on. But I disagree in the fact that there's the right and the left extremism. The Republicans, for instance, are the populist party currently by de facto, not necessarily de jure, but de facto. They are our populist party currently. That's why the Democrats are in such straits. The Democrats are actually splitting off because of their extremism from their communist socialist wing of the party that dominates them. That's why they're in such disarray. You talk extreme left and extreme right. I don't believe in that. People call the Democrats are very leftist, particularly nowadays with their socialism and their communism. I believe that the Republicans have always stood in the center and have always been the center. The Democrats and the leftists call us extremist and far right, but we're not. We stand on the center ground. There is nobody standing on the far right. It doesn't exist. The Ku Klux Klan, we wiped them out. They barely exist.
Okay.
I mean, for reality, they're a non-factor. They don't exist. Who even follows that philosophy? We do have an activist leftist group, the socialists, the communists, the ones leading there, that are making an effort. I don't believe in the spectrum. I believe politics is more of a spherical shape as opposed to a line spectrum. If we go too far in any direction, it all comes the same way. They call fascism, communism, socialism. It's all. The Nazis were the National Socialist Party. It's all a totalitarian, authoritarian avenue, whether you go far right or far left. As far as I'm concerned, Republicans aren't extremists. Republicans aren't on the right. Republicans are the center.
Okay. I appreciate that. Go ahead.
Being theatrical, though, that could change one day with the Republican Party where we had enough, and they might become extreme. Everything flip-flops. One side says, hey, we're for this, and then the next elections, hey, we're for that. Everybody flip-flops. But if we have 4 different parties by 2040, can you imagine what the districting maps would look like then?
Oh, my goodness.
I don't believe that.
There will be stuff that nobody will ever understand.
I believe the system always gels into 2 parties. It's the nature of the American system. If you look at, we don't have a parliamentary process. We have our bicameral legislature. And I think the way our government is formed, that lends itself to a 2-party system. We've had different parties. I mean, there were Whigs, there were Federalists, there was the Democratic Republicans. It all came down and evolved into the Democrats and the Republicans. Now, it may change in its philosophies a little bit, but the Republicans, I'm telling you, have always stood in the center. Everybody thinks they're for big business. They're not for big business. They're just for free enterprise.
Okay. I have a few different disagreements for things. A lot of especially the neoliberals for things off of that. That is heavily on the right side of things, which is not laissez-faire capitalism. It's pick the winner.
Well, like Trump going and including by getting a piece of intel.
Yes.
A lot of us normal conservatives look like that. They're like, what are you doing?
Yes.
But the money was already thrown at them.
Sure.
So why don't we get
grant?
The Democrats threw it at them with the chip plant.
Absolutely. But there are laws on the books of where the government is not supposed to be an investor as well. So is Donald Trump seizing the means of production?
I believe.
Is that what's happening right now?
I believe he's looking for opportunities to help companies out and to. He's thinking
state-run companies.
Well, he's thinking strategically on certain aspects. Like we need to get shipbuilding back.
Sure.
We need to enhance our energy industry. Chips, big thing. AI. All this
Absolutely.
stuff, if we don't lead on these things, if we don't bring them back, which is his whole philosophy, but to actually dip in.
That's not laissez-faire capitalism.
Well, I agree with.
That's not free market. That's not free enterprise.
I agree with Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank. Take Intel out back of the barn and shoot it.
Okay.
Get it. If it's a dog, that's the way the American process is. That's free market. Let it die.
Well, that's
and
where
let
you
it
also
rise up.
have-
We take the pieces.
Well, that's where you also have the antitrust laws that we haven't been enforcing forever either. So that's what I mean by the neoliberals from both sides, both blue and red, that have been pushing that for forever to make sure that it is a rigged economy. So then the other thing of no taxes, right? No new taxes. Well, now we have tariffs. So that's the other side of it. And I'm not here to just to point out things or anything like that, because you're absolutely right on the left-hand side of it too. They lean too much more onto their culture wars. They lean too much into the not necessarily the common denominator, but the common extreme. Whatever the largest tent that they can do, and they're pulling themselves thin.
Well, they're actually shrinking their tent, because if you don't go with their gospel, you're
I'll
kicked
agree with
out.
that one there. But that's where I think that the Democratic Party doesn't understand the word democracy. And I don't believe that the Republican Party fully understands the word republic, because we have this unitary executive theory that we keep putting out of how the executive can do whatever the heck he wants to and all of that, which is exactly anti-Republican. As far as the word goes. Now, Republican Party, sure, you can call yourself whatever you want to, but the word republic is the three branches and is that bicameral side of it. So when the executive takes over, when you start looking at Alito and Scalia and all of these other uniform executive theory people, that's where I start to go, well, maybe we should have two different Republican parties, considering that one doesn't really want to be a republic. And that's where I kind of get a little dissonant with it. But the same thing with the Democratic Party. Again, two wolves and a lamb, unless it's Bernie Sanders.
Isn't that going on
they
right
won't
now?
let you do it.
Isn't that going on right now with the Republican Party? You got MAGA and you got the Republican Party
It's
now.
true,
It's
but
kinda
we
like,
had Tea
in a way, it's
Party.
split up. Yeah,
And the
we
Tea
had
Party
Tea Party.
got absorbed into the rest of the Republicans. So I agree with you, Mr. Puckett, about that side of the world. When we come back, we're going to go a little bit lighter with it and see if we can find the teases snake with a robot rabbit. Stick around.
I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley. This update brought to you by VaxAssist.com. The Aurora Police Department was again the top municipality for DUI arrests in the Alliance Against Intoxicated Motorists recently released annual survey. The department made 473 drunken driving arrests in 2024, an almost 30% increase from the previous year, according to AAIM's figures. The Chicago Tribune reports AAIM is a Schaumburg-based citizen activist group founded in 1982 by victims of drunk driving. It has been conducting a statewide survey of Illinois police departments annually since 1990 to analyze the number of DUI arrests police make each year. The survey is funded by a grant from the Illinois Department of Transportation. This year, nearly 700 police agencies were surveyed, with 81% responding. The FDA has approved an updated version of the COVID-19 vaccine for the upcoming fall and winter season, but has limited access to them. The new and improved vaccine by Pfizer will more closely match the strains circulating the country, targeting a sublineage of the disease known as LP81. However, the new vaccine is only approved for use in adults ages 65 and older, and for those between ages 5 and 64 with at least one underlying condition that puts them at high risk for severe COVID, like asthma or obesity. Healthy children and young adults will have to consult with a health care provider to be able to receive the new vaccine. This marks a major shift away from previous guidance, which recommended annual shots for all Americans older than 6 months. A person died after losing control of a pickup truck that crashed just after 8 a.m. Tuesday at Silver Glen and Old Homestead Roads in St. Charles Township. Authorities have not released the identity of the driver, who was pronounced dead at the scene. The Kane County Sheriff's Office is investigating the crash. Authorities told the Daily Herald the truck was traveling east on Silver Glen when it left the road at a curve on Old Homestead. Witnesses told deputies the truck entered the curve at a high speed. The driver was the only person in the truck. I'm Trey Westerberg on 1410 WRMN Elgin, proudly serving the Fox River Valley.
Kohl's Labor Day sale is here. Sure, it's hard to admit summer's ending, but with $10 off $25 spent at Kohl's, you can stop living in denial and start living in cute cardigans. Yep, we're back to wearing layers. So welcome fall with savings on jeans, tees, candles, and comfy bedding. And earn Kohl's cash all weekend. Trust me, your future cozy self will thank you. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offer ends September 1st. See store or Kohls.com for details.
Hi, it's me, Flo, here to tell you that with the Progressive Home and Auto Bundle, you get 24/7 protection, so you're covered no matter where the day takes you.
Even I added too much water to the pizza dough day?
Yep.
How about getting a call from my daughter to pick her up at the airport because her boyfriend is unreliable day?
Especially that day.
What about finding out that one of my pipes suddenly burst in my basement day?
Progressive has every day covered 24/7 with a Home and Auto Bundle. Also, you have a lot of bad days.
Oh no, that was all the same day.
At least you're covered with Progressive.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Do you own an annuity, either fixed rate, indexed, or variable? Are you paying high fees and getting low returns? If so, Annuity General would like you to have this free book to learn the pitfalls and mistakes of buying an annuity. The Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers contains the little-known truths about annuities, like how to help reduce your fees and increase retirement income. And it's free. That's right, free. As a bonus, we'll also throw in a free annuity rate report just for calling. We researched over 1,000 annuities and summarized rates and benefits from financially strong insurers. You get Annuity Do's and Don'ts for Baby Boomers and the Annuity Rate Report, both absolutely free for calling Annuity General today. Hurry, supplies are limited. Call now.
800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. 800-760-1845. That's 800-760-1845.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Tonight, scattered rain, showers with mostly cloudy skies and a low around 59. Looking ahead to tomorrow, isolated rain showers before 10 a.m., then partly sunny with a high near 72. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy with a low around 54. Currently, it is 70 degrees and overcast. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Kohl's Labor Day sale is here. Sure, it's hard to admit summer's ending, but with $10 off $25 spent at Kohl's, you can stop living in denial and start living in cute cardigans. Yep, we're back to wearing layers. So welcome fall with savings on jeans, tees, candles, and comfy bedding. And earn Kohl's cash all weekend. Trust me, your future cozy self will thank you. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offer ends September 1st. See store or Kohls.com for details.
To a political talk show here on WRMN. My name is Dennis Sonar Green. I am broadcasting live from 4 to 6 every day, and it just so happens to be Friday, my favorite day of the week, because I get to be the moderator of the Free Speech Friday panel. Yay! Thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it, especially our panel. And we've got a full house on the panel today. That, of course, starts down on the end with Cecilia Brooks, then Jimmy Faselli, and then Don Puckett, and then we've got David Tees. Sam Tees is here for emotional support, as always. We just got news as Mr. Vaselli came right in. Most of Trump's tariffs are not legal. U.S. Appeals Court has ruled. U.S. Appeals Court ruled that President Donald Trump had no legal right to impose sweeping. Excuse me. Grammar check. Take two. A U.S. appeals court ruled that President Trump had no legal right to impose sweeping tariffs on almost every country. The court largely upheld a prior ruling against the tariffs, but allowed time for the administration to appeal to the Supreme Court. Trump's tariffs have shaken global markets, alienated the U.S. trading partners, and raised fears of slower economic growth. A few different places that you can now read this breaking news, of course, is Fox News, the Red State, and Gateway Pundit are already over there on the right side. If you'd like to read the left, which is absolutely just for some reason, I don't know why, they are celebrating this. And it seems to be that 44% are already on the left of the reporting. You've got the Independent, the AP, CNN, etc. If you're looking for something in the middle, like I always try to do, Reuters, The Hill, News Nation, for the most part, ends up down that center. So, Jimmy, you brought this to us. What are your thoughts with this? Considering this is everybody who's read the Constitution has said that this was more than likely what the outcome was going to be.
So, hi, thanks for having me back. Sorry for having to step out. I have not read the opinion or the prior opinions. I do know this, that the power to tax is inherently one of congressional birth. And this, you just can't be like, we're going to have tariffs. Like, that just doesn't work. I am personally opposed to tariffs. I saw Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and I grew up with two grandparents who lived through the Great Depression, which is exasperated by that. But this is a strictly legal question. Are tariffs legal if they are done by executive order? The court said no. It'll go to the Supreme Court. We'll see what happens.
What legal grounds was the president using to put these tariffs into place? Just, I'm the executive, this is an order, I do what I want type of thing? Which I know I'm paraphrasing,
Sure.
but he said it pretty blatantly a few times like that.
I thought that there were some legal grounds that he came in through under an emergency executive powers that was, I believe, established
Okay, I think that's what it was.
1979, 1978 through economic emergency issues. And I believe he said that the fentanyl crisis was one of the germane nexuses that required, so links, that required him to be able to take this, or allowed him to take this executive action. I think that the appeal, which I have not read, will come out and say that that is too far of a stretch and that is not the type of emergency action that this decades-old law contemplated. I haven't read it, so I don't really know. But this is probably the ruling that everybody thought would come down. Tariffs under the most recent Pew opinions are about 61, 62% disfavorable by the American public. So again, I am not here to adjudicate public policy, but I do get a little nervous about tariffs.
Well, it's a good thing that I brought three people that are here to adjudicate public policy.
So, well, my question to Jimmy, what do you think is going to happen to the stock market on Tuesday morning?
Well, I'm also not a prognosticator. The Bears will go 12-5, but what do I think will happen? I don't know. I mean, I'd like to see the futures market, see what the futures market did recently. I think it'll go up. We don't like taxes, right? Free trade normally helps, but I don't know. The stock market's also, it's become this organism that doesn't seem to respond to rational stimuli, but I don't know.
So far this year, I'm thinking that the panicans have gone a little crazy with the tariffs over the last few months. Liberation Day was at April 2nd. I will also challenge Jimmy on the issue of the Smoot-Hawley tariffs in the 1930s. That wasn't what tanked the economy back then. What tanked the economy was the Federal Reserve and their bad policies. They were relatively new still and had no clue. Tariffs are not necessarily a bad thing. McKinley, for instance, used them very effectively and very successfully. Before the income tax, it was our primary source of income to the federal government. I think it's the proper way to go. It's better than taxing the populace.
During that time, was it still Congress who made those decisions for the tax? And it was just the president who signed off on them?
I think it was a combination of the two, from what I understand. Okay. Economics is counterintuitive often. People don't understand it. That's why people who don't understand economics tend to be Democrats, because you can tell they can't manage an economy if their life depended on it. My point being is that the idea is that it's a better source of income and it controls the economy for us a little bit better in keeping businesses and economic activity at home. And that's necessary strategically for all the things we were talking about earlier with the energy, with the AI, with the chips, you name it. Keep it home, tariffs used properly. Trump's kind of ingenious that way, and he pushes the envelope and sees what he can get. But I think it's the right method, and I think in the end, the Supreme Court will rule more in his favor on this.
Or not rule on it and just leave it on the shadow docket.
Yeah,
just let it go.
They're always good. The Illinois Supreme Court waited forever to rule on the litigation concerning slating last year.
That's what I mean.
Off the ballot till the 23rd. Like Dave said, it's an effective way to freeze people. So any kind of litigation or law fight that freezes people.
So Cecilia, let's say that nowhere in the Constitution the Constitution gives the power to tariff. Which branch would you put it under?
I would put it in the legislative. Oh,
You got a microphone.
I do. I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. Sorry, I forgot this existed. I'm like, what are you doing up there? So I do believe that it is so important, of the utmost importance, to defend and protect, uphold the U.S. Constitution, right? Mm-hmm. And that being said, I also would indefinitely put the power to tariff in the hands of the legislature. Okay. I think that is so important. I also, because they are the ones that are in charge of making the laws, creating the laws, right? And I also would caution against anyone who is going outside of that, because even if it's quote unquote my side, doesn't mean that it's right. And I would be cautious against a Democrat executive branch doing this, just like I would caution against the Republican branch doing this, just because there is no precedent for that. And I don't know if there necessarily should be.
Mr. Tees, the United States seems to be in a lot of emergency, considering how much we have kind of taken power away from the Congress and kind of given it to the executive side of it. I mean, we've got climate emergencies that the Biden administration used to do it. We've got trade emergencies. We've got war emergencies. We've got all of these different emergencies that are happening with it. I can't remember who put that quote in there, but if the government can do whatever they want to in a time of emergency, then we be prepared for multiple emergencies. Is there a time that maybe we should start to undeclare these emergencies, or is it all still part of the game? If I let it just float there, then the Democrats or the Republicans or anybody who's in charge gets to use it.
Declaring everything an emergency is a panic button. I think all the laws should go to Congress. The only emergencies that an executive branch like Trump can declare is like hurricane, floods, earthquakes. Those are those type of emergencies.
Natural disasters.
Natural disasters. So, but making laws about tariffs, you have a group of Democrats and you have a group of Republicans. And I think they could come together on making laws about how tariffs should be handled.
They can't even figure out how to spend the money. I couldn't imagine them trying to figure out how to get the money. But I promised everybody that I would talk about robo-rabbits, and here we go. You lost is your snake still missing?
We're on day 11, snake report. This morning it came out that he is still missing.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, he'll probably be, by the time we find him, like the frog who tripled in size, who disappeared for 2 years in the basement, ate a lot of spiders. Thank God, I liked him for that. Was 3 times the size after 2 years we found him. I'm worried about the snake coming back from 4.5 foot to probably 13 feet by the time we find him.
That's a lot of spiders.
What kind of snake is this?
You know, zombie. You've been there. It's a corn snake.
Where is he missing? Well, I don't. Obviously, I know that if you knew, you would have him right now. I meant, like, is he missing in your home?
He's been in the corner for 11 days.
Yeah, no, he's
can't find him.
Where he's been,
or is he outside somewhere?
11 days ago, we had tornado warnings. Jacob grabbed 2 guinea pigs. the snake and the dog, and they all ran downstairs.
And you still have 2 guinea pigs 11 days later, right?
Yeah. He's not going to be able to eat those guinea pigs, especially Oreo. He's the size of a cat now. I wonder why over there, lady. He's like, feed me, Seymour. No, but he's not going to be able to eat him. But the guinea pigs are aggressive. They will they'll fight him. They fight me for food. Especially if I got a carrot. But no, Jacob forgot to put the cage closed all the way, and he's always looking to see if that's open. He's a sociable snake. He wants to be around people. He wants to come out.
Okay.
And he decided he took his opportunity and escaped. So it's like right now I'm Tommy Lee Jones on the movie The Fugitive. Everybody gather around. We got a fugitive. We're going to check every shed, outhouse,
doghouse, everything.
So, yeah, that's my worry.
Well, the robot rabbits come from Florida. This summer, researchers from University of Florida, in collaboration with the South Florida Water Management District, introduced 120 robotic rabbits into the Everglades to test a new method for managing invasive Burmese pythons. The project builds on previous attempts using live rabbits as lures, which became too expensive and time-consuming, prompting development of robotic rabbits that mimic heat, smell, and movement. The pythons have established populations in the Everglades, decimating about 95% of small mammals and thousands of birds, with females laying 50 to 100 eggs per gestation period of 60 to 90 days. Each robot costs about $4,000. I couldn't imagine how much the rabbits were. And the solar-powered, remotely controlled, and monitored by cameras that alert researchers when pythons approach the pens, reflecting over a decade of research starting with 2012 rabbit study. Officials call the project promising, but it's in its infancy, emphasizing that every python removed benefits Florida native wildlife and expressing confidence the method will improve with more time and detail refinements. I had a robotic rabbit once, but it took a bad turn in Albuquerque, and I lost it. Right? No? Anything?
I have a question about this. I'm a little confused, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Number one is to let everybody know out there, I have a rule in my life, because I did have an alligator go after me in Florida. And now with the pythons and the boas down there, and they're big, I don't go anywhere where I can become something's poop. That's my new rule in life, okay?
Not.
Yeah, you don't want that to happen to you. I don't want to be eaten by a 40-foot python, okay? That being said, do they eat the rabbits? How do they? What is the purpose? Is to lure him out and the rabbits like fat? I don't understand the method. And what do they do with the snakes? Do they catch them?
It looks like they catch them and euthanize them is more than likely what they're doing.
What happens if one eats a mechanical rabbit?
Mechanical rabbit. Let me see if I can pull up a picture here.
Oh, it looks fuzzy. I see a picture of it.
So they put it in a cage and they let it move and wiggle, and then the python shows up. Doesn't actually eat the rabbit because it can't get in there, but it will move it around. Let me see.
If I get paid $100,000 a year to run a remote control rabbit around the Everglades, I'm in.
Yeah. Let me see if I can pull it up for here, and that's it for you on the YouTube side. So it's a little fuzz. It looks like a stuffed animal. Yeah. Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
It looks like a stuffed animal for the most part, just kind of dangling on a string. I'm sure it moves. I don't know if they put a cell phone inside of it. For $4,000, I could recreate this thing.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Florida's getting ripped off.
I can go to the dollar store.
I don't know why.
Most of everything that's over here.
I pictured it as as just fully made of metal and just moving around robot rabbit. That's how I pictured it.
Give me $4,000 and an Amazon gift card, and and I'm the new Florida wildlife. If you guys were to put any creature out there as robotic, I mean, not birds aside, there's already a conspiracy on that one. If you would like to see any robotic animal, what would you like to see? The scientists are waiting with bated breath. Would it be small like a rabbit over here, or would you like to see the animatronic for the dinosaurs or anything like that?
I mean, how is dinosaur not the only answer there?
Oh, yeah, dinos. Wait,
Like,
save
we all
the
want
dinos.
T-Rex. It's August 29th, 1997 was Singularity Day in the Terminator. I mean, bring back the dinos. That's
They found
the
a way.
Bring them back or save them. Save the dinos. I have to further push my agenda of my
Okay.
Dinosaur Preservation Society.
That's
Hashtag save the dinos. You can find me on social media.
we burn enough of them, right?
They need saving. Someone call PETA.
PETA. One more thing before we go. We all heard about President Putin visiting Alaska. Supposedly, Putin's bodyguards reportedly carried what they called a poop suitcase to Alaska to shield health secrets, to make sure that Vladimir Putin's things that he might have left in Alaska went home with him.
Oh, God.
Is this odd?
I think it's ingenious. They need to do it. They don't take chances. Not a type of police state like Russia. That's that for them and their way of thinking. I think you would call that brilliant of them. For us, not necessary.
What are you going to do? Send it to that company that checks for colon cancer in a box?
Oh,
you know?
they can analyze anything, especially when you're talking the government.
I was going to send it to 23andMe.
I think a lot of when there's hostile negotiations or tense negotiations, I think a lot of like State Department officials do that. I think that is actually a practice that they package their poop. I mean, bully for them. I hope.
I hope they freeze dry it or something to make it more compact.
Oh, boy.
The Kremlin has dismissed rumors about Putin's health, asserting strict security protocols are in place to protect his personal information. So if you want to read more about that, the Daily Express, India Times, it has even made it to First Post News. All of those I'm sure you've heard about. So
I didn't know.
here we go with, you said frogs earlier. No, I've got one right here. A forgetful man wins 2 $500,000 prizes in one Powerball drawing. A forgetful Maryland man who bought 2 identical tickets for the same Powerball double play drawing and scored 2 500 prizes for a total of $1 million.
Good for him.
So he forgot that he got the first Powerball and said, "You know what? I better put those numbers in again, or the wife's gonna beat me up."
Did more on accident than he did on purpose.
There it is. UPI is a fantastic place to go and read from that. Right now, I want to give our panel a chance to talk about some of the things that they are working on currently. Mr. Tease, I'll go ahead and speak with you. You got that fantastic show starting on Sunday.
Yeah, I got the show on Sunday, and the Americans First Responders and the Elgin Township Republican Salute Dinner coming up on October 2nd. So that's my calendar this year.
That's fantastic. Mr. Puckett, what are you working on?
Well, right now I am trying to get signatures to get on the ballot again for the 43rd District. So if anybody wants to help out on that, please get a hold of me. Also, I do a monthly gathering with local Republicans. It's called GEAR, Greater Elgin Area Republicans. We're going to gather at the Grumpy Goat on the 13th from 6 to 9. Everybody's welcome. Let's see you there. Turn out.
We got one more thing. I'm also helping them with the petitions, too. That's another thing. Sorry.
Mr. Vaselli.
Other than working and family time, obviously working towards BVL Boxing Solutions. It's a charity that we work on for therapeutic purposes, for addiction recovery, and through the milieu of boxing and boxing training.
Fantastic. Also, check out jmvchicagolaw.com as well. Ms. Brooks, is there anything you're working on?
There is. I have recently joined a new gym, a new health club, so I have been very much on my fitness grind.
Oh.
New diet included. And on top of that, I am also really just head to the ground working, grinding, also politically. And then I am actually very excited. I am helping 4 candidates right now with the upcoming 2026 election. But my absolute dedication is for Andy Williams-Johnman running for Attorney General of Illinois and helping as his campaign manager. So I'm really excited.
That's
We've
awesome.
got great candidates.
Well, congratulations to all of you, and I hope all of your projects work out really well.
What's your project?
My
Yeah,
project?
what's your
This.
project?
I do this. This right here. This right here. 10 hours every week, you bet. Yep. It is my mandala, right? Especially if I don't post the podcast, which you can go out and watch or listen to. If you want to go to YouTube, you can watch the shows and anything else that has been broadcast here on WRMN. The other thing that you can do is you can listen to a political talk show out there on your favorite podcasting platform. Just go ahead and search for it, all 4 words, a political talk show. Before I let you go, Taco Bell rethinks AI drive-thru after a man orders 18,000 waters. On August 28th, Taco Bell said it is reevaluating and may scale back that AI use in drive-thrus after a voice AI system processed more than 200 million orders at more than 500 locations. One viral Instagram clip with over 21.5 million views. Customers and social media users posted memes, the AI interactions, while CNET David Casimir observed frequent order errors corrected by human staff. If you're going to do it anyway, you got self-checkout now, you got to do the drive-thru by yourself. My goodness, I feel like Andy Rooney at this point. Thank you all very much for being here. That is my Free Speech Friday panel of Cecilia Brooks, Jimmy Vaselli, Don Puckett, and David Tease. Thank you all very much for being here. Stick around at the top of the hour. We've got the pregame for the Hampshire Whippers coming up right after the news, and then kickoff is at 7. Thanks for listening. More WRMN on the way.
For nearly 50 years, the DuPage Senior Citizens Council